thing.
I feel
Brunch
like
is a
you're in
real
a bit of
thing.
a...
Brunch
you're
is
in your
not
own
a real
mindset.
thing. I will die on this hill alone if I have to, but brunch is not real because you don't call brunch when someone gets up at 8 o'clock at night and goes and takes the late shift. That is their breakfast.
Nah.
Do they have lunch? Do they also have lunch? Because lunch is if you eat breakfast and lunch together as one meal, basically.
Brunch
If
with
you
That
have a-
is
if you have
just
a separate
breakfast.
and lunch.
That is just breakfast, and then your second meal is
Brunch
lunch, no matter when you
exists.
have it. And if you get a third
It is
meal,
in the
then it's
dictionary.
dinner.
Well, I mean, technically,
Okay,
lunch
we-
used to not even exist. It used to be just breakfast and dinner.
Can
But
we
lunch is
start
invented.
before we get into a heated argument?
No, because I have to get the other things, and that's fine. I'm just doing this to be a shithead. Everyone knows my position on brunch.
Yeah, the fact that you're wrong.
I am right in my own mind
You're
and my own
wrong.
hill.
I guess I
On your
guess
own
I
hill.
don't exist because I have a sandwich with my pancakes for brunch.
That's just breakfast. You could have ice cream for breakfast. Do you not realize that?
Well, I said pancakes in a sandwich.
Yes,
A
that's
sandwich.
just
I
breakfast
love
with
it.
pancakes and a sandwich. There's no extra needed for it to be a lunch, too. Other
Or-
than you had that at the same time.
Brunch is just fun to say and easy to comprehend.
No, it's not.
What about dinner?
It is.
Lunch and dinner.
No. Don't
Oh,
even
yeah,
get me
Leonard's
started.
as well. Leonard's great. I love Leonard.
Dinner's great.
I
No.
like dinner.
I like midnight supper.
I like Binner though. Binner is great.
Oh yeah.
I will die on this hill. There are 3
Just-
meals a
just
day,
dinner,
and then
some
there's
brunch,
just
and some dinner.
snacking.
Dinner, brunch, and dinner, the 3 meals.
I'm having brunch right now. I'm having potato chips for breakfast. That's great.
I haven't eaten today.
Well,
Well, I mean, whose fault's that?
I mean, my eating disorder.
Fair point. But yes, I still say brunch doesn't exist.
It does.
It
Let's
does
continue. It does.
not. It does not.
I'm ready.
It does.
A lot of things used to not exist, and people decided they exist. Now they exist.
Oh, right,
That's
because
how,
right, just like bleach can cure the COVID virus.
Yeah, Trump said to
Yeah,
inject
exactly.
bleach.
That's American logic. Just like you're having your American logic right now.
Right, in
and don't drink bleach.
An Australian logic that says, that could kill me. I gotta go poke it with a stick.
That's you with alligators and keeping them as pets.
All right, but before we get started, I do have an announcement real quick. I know we're joking around and everything. We were getting everything set up, but real quick, there will be no session next week, and that is because of COVID, unfortunately. My work schedule is getting a little hectic right now, and because I do work in the food industry, not necessarily serving the food, but actually making food, we're a little backed up, and next week we have a ton of loads that are going out, which basically means I have to get up stupidly early, but that also means I have to go to bed stupidly early. So, unfortunately, I don't have time to write the session as well as be able to participate in the session. So next week there will be no session. I'm just going to say that right now flat out, okay? Because next week's
Also-
going to be hectic.
Also, brunch was invented by the English, not the Americans.
Fuck on with brunch! Anyway. Are we ready to get started?
I am.
I'm ready to have brunch.
Keatron suffers 100 points of damage.
I'm still alive.
No, you're
Boomy
not.
comes out with a tray full of biscuits and gravy, and like, who wants brunch?
Boomy is struck
I'm
from the
actually
heavens
still
by
alive.
lightning. Boomy is struck from the heavens by lightning.
Yes, now I have Marielle for myself.
Anyway.
What? If you
Let-
give me a second.
Okay. But anyway.
It's-
One.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna be mute for a second. I'm suddenly having an anxiety attack.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'd pat your head and tell you everything's gonna be okay, but I'm not there.
Yeah, no, just continue. I'll be alright. I just need a moment.
okay. But anyway,
Okay.
last time on the Wings of Freedom, after a month of downtime, our party reunited in the construction of their new guild hall. With more to do and different routes to travel, the party soon settled on going to Zephyra, where a druid of substantial power lives and could potentially get the dragon's wings back. However, before all this, Viggy, having felt she had done enough to fulfill her dream of running a circus, left the party with a flashy show. Now, on the road, the party find themselves in the open plains with unknown adventures ahead. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we start today's session. As you all wake up from the morning.
I'll be already getting the my cow hitched.
Mm-hmm.
I'm practicing.
Yep.
You're practicing yawning.
Yep.
Yeah, but as you guys get hitched up, it's pretty easy. Boomy, you figure it's going to take about 9 more days to get to the mountains of Zephyra, and from there you're going to have to figure out where to go. But, it should be a pretty easy shot. There seems to be a main road with just, crossing a river at one point, but, it shouldn't be too hard. So...
Yeah, I'm just gonna get the cart ready to go and wait for everyone else to be ready.
Mm-hmm. For the most part, you guys get up, get ready, get going, and eventually you hit the road. And it's a pretty easy day. The clouds are pretty sparse and few in between. The ones that do cover overhead are just white and fluffy. It's a very peaceful day. The breezes are blowing, the grass is just moving, and it just seems to be normal. If not relatively boring.
I'm hoping some monster will hop out and so we can murder something.
I need to ask who's riding and who's walking.
I'm walking.
I mean,
Maddie would be
Shouldn't-
fine walking.
Mal is just chilling on top of the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
It was a platform up there, so you can do that.
He used flight, so yeah, you can just sit there.
Margov, 2 seconds of flight, I guess.
Yeah, well, I more meant the boots, okay?
I know, it is a time thing, though.
4 hours. You can only use.
Mm-hmm.
2
So,
seconds.
2 seconds off that. You've got an hour and... Anyway, it's easy enough.
I should have been more specific. I
It's-
mean, fly up there and sit on top of the roof. That's what I mean.
I know. I'm being a
Seconds,
jerk with the 2 seconds because it's timed. Anyway.
He was
I
joking.
take things serious.
Yes. Anyway, it's very uneventful. For the most part of the day, you guys just travel and walk. Unless you guys want to do anything, we'll get to the end of the day.
Yeah, well, I guess we could have a slight chat. So, do any of you know anything about this Zephyra?
I know the summit peaks, but I don't know Zephyra. I don't think we visited there last time we were up there.
I walked through it once, but it wasn't exactly through it. It was more around it. I came in from Stilden, so I kind of had to go past these mountains. I don't know much about it.
We were up in the mountains before. Kietron, you remember? The kobolds and then the dragons.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, so that's where the dragons are.
Was where we
Um,
met.
hmm.
Kusnath and Aurora.
Oh, okay. That's fascinating. But overall, I can't wait to see how we progress here. And plus, I can't wait to have the dragons with their wings. Now, I'm not the only one that can fly around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dragon's Aurora actually comes up and just goes, "Well, you're not the only one that would like to have their appendages back."
Honestly, I think it has been a very uncomfortable experience for you without wings.
Imagine like being you did not have your legs and you could not use that part of your body you've once had.
Mal just shudders at the thought. Oy, okay. Yep, that's a shudder thought right there. Okay. Yeah, let's get these back for you as fast as possible.
That would be very preferable, thank you.
Alright. Well, Mal doesn't have much else to say for today. Maybe he'll have something to say tonight, but yeah.
I think. Should we try to push a little harder today and get there faster?
Do you want to wear out your bull?
It is only one bull.
I say we take our time. Plus, he's kind of pudgy. I'm pretty sure it'd be difficult for him to run.
I'm not talking about running, just travel like an extra hour.
An extra hour tonight?
It's
Or-
one less hour. It's one less hour the next over the course of the couple days.
Okay. I don't mind traveling an extra hour. It's not gonna make much difference.
You'll get a few more miles.
Do what you want, Boomy.
Okay, looks like we're gonna go for an extra hour each day. Well, until someone feels like they're exhausted.
Okay. I mean, for the most part, it's pretty easy. Going the extra hour will basically lead you guys into darkness for the most part at the end of the night. For the most
Are we
part.
not using the forced march rules, which is a D10 plus 1 for each hour past 8 hours of travel before exhaustion?
What?
No.
The rules for forced march, because you can travel about a normal pace, 24 miles a day. If you force march it, you can go additional 3 miles a day for every hour past the 8 hours, but you incur a DC 10 plus 1 for each hour past 8 hours. On a failed saving throw, a character suffers 1 level of exhaustion.
All right, give
I think
me.
he has his own. Don't you already have your own
No.
distance?
That was part of the distance, and Fen is correct on that ruling. So I need everybody to make me a con saving throw,
Oh,
including the
great.
bull.
I don't have his thing.
Yeah, I know. Hold on, give me a minute.
23, not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's only 10 plus. It's only basically an 11 right now.
Yeah, you can still fail it. Hold on. Where's the plane scout? Give me a minute. I gotta find it.
Burn didn't have much constitution. He'd be dead.
Oh. Oof.
Yeah.
Hold on. Just roll me a d20, Boomy, real quick.
Catch boomies right there. D20 for the bull.
Mm-hmm.
Being a slow bitch, I don't know why.
Yeah, it's.
Honestly, that's normal for roll 20.
It'll roll when it rolls.
I guess you'll roll with it. I love my puns.
Come on.
You're not just clicking the button to roll a 20?
I already clicked it, and it says rolling the dice. It just hasn't rolled them yet. Nothing's. I don't know why.
Did that come up before yours?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
came up.
it came up.
Hmm.
Yeah, let me try rolling for Kusnap. Okay, clicked it.
Oh, there it is, a 6. Okay.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Actually, we do need to roll for our dragons.
Yep, you gotta
I was
roll for the
gonna say.
dragons too, please. Sorry,
Click
folks.
for
Trying to.
Kusnap, I have to-
What is this? I should write this shit. Okay, Aurora's fine.
Okay, just use the first one.
Okay, everyone.
First
Oof.
one. All right.
Fine, just a
Kuznath is
16.
tired. She suffers a point of exhaustion.
Oh,
A second, let me... Hold on. 1 second.
So,
4.
all right.
Exhaustion 1.
Mhm.
No,
All right.
disadvantages on building checks.
And the plains cow also suffers a point of exhaustion.
Oh.
He has a plus 3 to,
So
he has a
half speed next tomorrow.
Yeah, he has a plus 3 to con. All right, so as you guys push on for that extra mile, most of you are pretty good, but definitely, Boomy, you notice your plains cow bull is starting to breathe a lot heavier, and you hear him kind of just huffing. Along with that, Kuznath is also kind of just lagging behind towards the end of the night. But you get the extra, you get the extra 3 miles you wanted.
24, 5, 6, 7, 28 to go.
Yeah. As you guys are now in the darkness.
Oh, now I gotta. I'll make checks to see if I can find anything.
It'll be a survival.
Or, like, camp.
I have night vision. Yeah, a lot of them have
Both
night vision.
do.
Yeah, you only have 60 feet of night vision, and you're in a plane, so you can only see 60 feet out. Maddie can't see shit right now. Mallow, you
Yeah,
have the... Yeah.
I have to cling to the side of the wagon so I don't get fucking
mean-
lost.
Mm-hmm.
That was. If we started in the morning and went. For,
29.
Yeah, you woke up at 8 o'clock, went to 8 o'clock, pushed another hour, it's 9 o'clock at night.
I don't know where we are, but in Michigan, it's still light out at that time.
You're in a fantasy world where you are a half-goblin toting guns.
Don't tell the about. All right, look, it's nighttime.
Yeah,
Let's
Kietrin,
go rest.
as you're looking around, you actually, as you're walking forward, you didn't see it before, but as you start getting closer, you start to see a couple trees sprouting from the ground, and as you get a little off towards the east, you see, oh, there's a thicket over there.
Over
I
here,
just-
we'll be safe in the thicket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes. All right, good find, Ketrin.
Thank you.
Great. Let's chill over there. Onward, soldiers.
Can I turn into something? Can I just like turn into like a bat just so I can see?
Yeah, I mean, you can use your wild shape for that.
Yeah, Maddie's just gonna turn into a flying fox, and she's going to fly up, and she's gonna dangle off of like the roof, like almost like the windowsill part of Boomy's wagon, and just dangle there and look around.
Okay. Boomy, you hear a fluttering off behind you as Maddie lands on your carriage.
Vampire, kill it.
Yeah.
No.
I don't even look. I just pull the cart to where Kietrin's directing, and I will light up a torch.
Mm-hmm. You light up a torch. You guys are in a small, basically clump of trees that seem to have survived in these dividing plains. And as you guys look towards the center, you see why. There's a small lake in the center, but if it could be called a lake, it's more of a pond, really. But as you look in, the water seems pretty clear, and you hear the plains cow behind you kind of lowing softly as it sniffs the air, and you get the funny feeling it's smelling the water.
I will set the torch someplace where it won't, fall over or something. Maybe
Easy enough. You just
it in
stick
the
it.
ground.
Yeah, stick it in the ground.
And I will help so I get the camp set up. Untie my bull, tie it to a tree near the water.
Okay. It immediately, as you try to control it, roll me an animal handling.
As Maddie just sinks her little claws into the wood of the wagon, just tightly wrapping herself in her wings, like, okay, I'm preparing for shit to go wrong.
Oh, she's unhooking it from the wagon, but... And as
she's still prepping.
Yeah, as you try to do that, though, the wagon has been fixtured with armor now, so you try to do that. You're not really sinking into wood, you're kind of clinging to metal.
Well, I'm still dangling there.
Yeah.
Hello?
Boomy?
Hello.
No, I'm the only one connected to my end. I don't know what's going on. Discord's just being weird.
Apparently. Go ahead, roll me an animal handling check as you start to try to tie up the bull to the tree. As you go to tie up, you didn't take into account how exhausted this bull is, and he immediately, not giving a care, starts to mosey his way on over to the water, not paying you any attention as you kind of like are holding onto the rope, being drugged beside him.
This meanwhile, this is like seeing everyone get ready for camp, and in the background, you see Boomy being dragged.
Yeah, basically until eventually he gets to the water and just starts drinking heavily.
Do I know if this is a good thing or a bad thing? Having traveled in the desert for a long periods of time, I assume.
I mean,
I don't
you
know
can
if
go check the water
drinking
if you
too
want.
much or not.
You can go
I
check the
more want
water.
to know if like drinking, like, because I know you bring animal major stuff into this sort of shit. So would Ketrin know if drinking so super heavily after keep making him exhausted as it is that a bad thing or a good thing? Does that matter?
I mean, you can give a medicine check if you really want.
Yeah, I'll be happy to do that. Where is my medicine? If it isn't good, I'll see if I can make an animal handling check to slow it down. 26.
26. You get the feeling that it's fine. It's just very thirsty.
Okay.
For the most part, even though it sounds like it's drinking heavily, it's not like slurping uncontrollably. It's just taking long drafts kind of deal. Like, you know, just
a large animal.
Yeah, just taking its time drinking and not paying any attention to Boomy right now.
I will just pet the bull.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick up a stone and see if I can skim it across the surface of the pond.
Okay, you pick up the stone, flick it.
I want to see how many times I can bounce it.
It goes right
I'm
across the
very
pond, dude.
Awesome.
If you Kiatrin, if you were to potentially jump, you could potentially jump this pond.
Oh. How big is the pond?
Roughly about 20 feet.
Oh, well, never
If
mind. I
that.
thought it was bigger.
Yep. While we're here, we should probably refill our water skins and maybe. Do we have any empty containers we can gather a whole bunch of water in? I have a pot.
I have the spell.
You're a bat.
Yeah, true.
So all you do is key.
Key.
Fish in this pond.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what, Boomy?
Is there any fish in this pond?
Make me a
Or
perception
turtles
check.
Or anything? Fish, turtles, anything edible.
Give me a
basically.
perception.
Maddie's gonna climb up to where Mallow is sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know the bat,
14.
right?
Yes.
You
I'm plain as day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hear a couple of frogs croaking around the pond, so you get there is some sort of life. But as for fish and turtles, you don't really see anything like that.
Hey, while they do
I would
that,
like
I'm
to-
petting the Maddie.
Mhm.
I would like to do a quick check around the pond for any sort of like edible frogs.
Okay, give me a survival.
$19.
19. As you're going around, you see a couple of very big-sized bullfrogs sitting there. They're just croaking at each other, and as you get up close, you're able to grab them, and they're just flopping around in your hands as you just sit there with them.
Got dinner.
I have rations.
Maddie is now Mallow's hat.
Okay.
Oh yes. I've always wanted a bat as a hat.
I would like to basically kill and gut these frogs.
Easy enough. I mean, it's just a quick overhead slap on a rock. They're gone. You quickly just basically disembowel them kind of deal, and, you know, you
Yep.
have 2 frogs.
I
Ready to
will
be
stick
cooked.
them. I will stick them on sticks and cook them for myself and whoever wants the second one.
I'm offering Aurora some rations if she wants them.
She
I will
gladly
offer
takes them.
Snap the frog. Those dibs.
Kuzneth looks at it. Hold on.
I'll offer him some rations as well if he wants.
Her.
It's just-
Her.
Don't you misgender my dragon.
Well, they haven't told me what gender they prefer. They may want to be a guy.
We are not going to get into this discussion right now.
How dare you misgender my gender?
Kuzneth looks at it and then just goes, all right, yeah. And she takes a bite. And she actually seems to enjoy it quite a bit. She
Probably
definitely.
eating my bite. I'll probably be like, yeah, I'm going to pick up some salt or something from next time.
It
time I'm in
is
town."
a very interesting texture. The one thing you notice about it is, even though the meat is cooked, it still retains kind of a squishy and viscous kind of texture.
Oh, I know. I've had frogs I've had frog before.
Yeah, it's very
Eek.
interesting.
I like it. I like frog.
I know. I'm just saying, for Boomy, it's very interesting.
I mean, I'm assuming she's probably eaten it before. Traveling a lot.
Maybe. Mm-hmm.
But
But
next time we're in town, yeah, pick up some salt and like some other cheap spices.
yeah, all right. But for the most part, the night's quiet, the stars are out, and you guys are sitting by a pond. And once you got the fire built, it's pretty nice out, actually. The moon starts to rise overhead.
I'll take last watch again, unless someone else really wants it.
We can do a repeat like last time, I guess.
I want to dig into Mallow's pockets for some of his pocket jerky because I have none.
Okay.
Make me an investigation check as a... Oh, wait, no, you get to keep your skills because you're in wild shape. So as your intelligence. So
yeah,
your
I have my
investigation.
intelligence, so I can investigate as myself.
Yeah, you have your intelligence, your wisdom, and your charisma.
Are you trying to do it stealthily or in?
Oh man,
No.
that's a soft 20.
A
Mallow-
soft 20.
Yeah, you immediately feel batty scooting around inside your pockets until they find where your rations are kept, and they just immediately start to munch on something.
Yeah, she just wants one.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you a cute little thing?
Jerky to herself.
Yes.
Because she doesn't have any because she lost all of hers.
Pocket save.
Fair enough. As a sweet husband, I'll give my now bat wife a meal.
Bat wife.
I mean, I took it, so. You didn't
yeah,
give
but
me
I won't do
shit, I
anything
just-
about it.
Yeah, but for anybody not eating the frog, which basically was Boomy and Kuzneth, everybody needs to mark off a ration.
Mal has to mark off 2 because I stole one of his.
Basically, yeah.
I marked off too.
So you're the bat wife.
Yeah.
Do you have your bat credit card?
Jesus.
Oh,
Your
bat-
batarang, your batarang, your bat
What's
phone.
a credit card?
All right. Anyway, so who's taking first watch? Boomy has decided to take last watch.
I take third again.
But I would
Okay.
like to, as I promised, to offer my bed up to the two married couple instead of I told At that I would eventually.
It's
if
up
they
to them.
want to take it.
I'm in bat form for 5 hours, so I can't really respond right now. I can dispel it, but I'd choose not to.
I will say this: if you do stay in that form for too long, you will have one less wild shape in the morning.
That's fine. She'll probably get out of it before she goes to bed.
Okay, I'm just explaining that. All right.
Yeah, but for now, she's just kind of hanging out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna
Alright.
set my bed. If they don't take it, I'll go into bed. But if they do take it, I'll set my bed roll up on top of the cart on my little platform.
Mm-hmm.
Mallow doesn't wanna. He'll just sleep in front of a tree.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Kietrin, you're taking first watch.
Seems like it.
I would like
Okay.
to join him for first because I didn't claim a spot yet.
Okay.
Okay. You see a bat scurry over to you as it flaps in the air and heads towards your face, Kietrin.
It hangs off his tusk and is like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just wave.
All right, take care of Maddie for me, Katrin.
Okay.
Oh.
Because I want to be able to see for my shift, goddammit.
Yeah. Aurora just goes, well, since you have a companion, me and Kuzneth can take the second one.
Alright then.
All right.
I'll wake you up when it's time.
Fair enough. And they kind of go off beside the cart and bed down.
Hmm.
Alrighty. So, Keatron and Maddie, I need both of you to roll me perception,
Okay.
as it's a pretty calm night.
Perception.
21. Yeah.
22.
22. Okay. As you guys are kind of sitting there, Maddie, you're kind of hanging off the tusk of this great beast of a man, Keatron.
Hmm.
I'm
You
letting
see
out little doot doot noises because I'm echolocating.
Yep. You eventually spot a couple of frogs jumping in and out of the pond. You know, you hear a duck quack off in the distance as something spooks it away. And as you turn to see where that duck is, beside you is a man. Not right beside you, but right beside your camp.
Does it look like there's any weapons drawn?
He does seem to be holding a hand up, and as you look at that, he says, "Greetings, travelers, and welcome to my pond."
You're... Okay.
Yes, and if you move, my 20 men will shoot you in the air, and as you look, you see bows pointing out of the trees at your caravan right now. There's 20 of them.
And again, I've said this to many people, and many of them have regretted aiming a bow at me. I'll catch every single one of them and throw them at you.
Yes, but what about your friends who are currently sleeping right now? Would they be so fortunate?
You realize that I can get to you before they even are able to let loose.
Make an
I could have your
intimidation.
throat slit.
Make an intimidation check.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt is just hanging there, angry bat eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Intimidation. I have a +3. That is a 2. 5.
Yeah, he kind of looks at you and just goes, "Sir, there has been twice your number that has tried to outbest my men. I don't think you are going to be worth your salt. Honestly, all I want is 100 gold for you spending your night here. That is it. Give me that, and me and my men will leave you alone."
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the only thing that is going to be... It's going to cost. Who are you?
That is none of your concern. I am just
It
the
is my
man of the
concern.
pond.
How long have you been here?
Many a year. Now,
Many
sir,
a year.
give me the gold, or we will shoot.
Or you will shoot.
I said
Are you
we
sure you
will
want to rule
shoot.
Are you sure you want that?
I am a man of my word, sir. I will have them shoot. He's holding his hand in the air.
I'm going to shadow step behind him and have my throat sword to his throat.
With me there, I'm probably gonna fall off.
Maddie, you're
You
just in
will.
the air. Yep, Kietrin, you do that. All right, make an
I
intimidation
got my
check
sword to
immediately.
his throat
Yep, intimidation immediately.
with advantage because now I have a sword to his throat.
Nope, just a straight intimidation.
As you vanish, Maddie just is left there, just takes a second before falling to the dirt, like, ugh.
I
Cartoons,
have
yep.
advantage on the attack, which is fine.
Yeah, not the intimidation.
Much better.
15, all right. All right, he's still
Angry
holding. He's
bat
like,
chirping.
even though he is currently in your clutches, he just goes, "Sir, if you do not let me go, your friends will die."
Oh, is that the only thing? Okay, I let you go, you leave?
No, give me the
Well,
gold
then
or
I'm
they
going
die.
to slit your throat. Do you
Sir,
understand?
I have 20 men. There are 4 of you.
And we have defeated an army in Western. Do you think we're scared of 20 men with arrows?
Yes.
I'm going to give you one last chance.
And I'm going
You
to give
pissed
you
off.
one last chance as well.
Would you like me to kill you where you stand right now?
Roll intimidation check again.
I'm
It's
going to press the blade against his throat.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm giving you intimidation check once more.
as Maddie is trying to sit herself up.
16.
16. I'm getting more and more scary.
Getting more and more
Yeah, and
scary.
at that point, he finally realized you start to see a little bit of fear in his eyes. Actually, he's just like, well, fine. We'll let you stay here. You can go about your day. Go. And he's trying to get out. I need you to make me an athletics check to keep him held.
Maddie's contemplating if she should do anything. She's just gonna hover in midair, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
19. I
As
don't let
he-
him go anywhere.
Oh yeah, no. As he tries to get
I
out
press
and
the
meet,
blade a little tighter.
yeah, he's just like, sir, I don't
You
know
are going
what
to give me money.
Sir, do you think I have money if I'm trying to take it from you?
I do. You've got 20 men. You've got to pay them somehow.
Yes, I have 20 men, but they get paid once we rob someone.
Well, you better start paying me before I end up killing you and then moving on to the rest of your men.
Roll an insight.
Can I, like, look at the dudes that are, like, aiming at us? Can I see what kind of equipment they're wearing?
Mm-hmm.
24.
Okay. All right, and go ahead, roll me perception, Maddie.
Natural one.
Maddie, you're kind of still a little dazed from a Kietrin going, Kietrin,
Yeah.
this man has started sweating profusely at the mention of his men, and his voice has gotten real shaky all of a sudden.
Can I have the blade? I'm gonna say the trigger word so the blade like actually shadow like makes it look like it's shadowy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna just look him in the eye and be like, "You better start paying."
Sir, I cannot see you currently. Maddie?
Hmm?
As you're kind of curious and you couldn't see that well as a bat, you fly up closer to where one of the bowmen is. I would like you to give me another perception. As you get closer, you suddenly use your bat echolocation. It's literally just a bow stationed there with an arrow in a bowstring.
Can I grab it with my batty feet and pull it from the tree? Like, I'm not picking it up. I'm just gonna grab the top of it and yank it.
Hold on. Give me a minute. I need to figure out the strength of a bat.
Well, I have a -4 of strength.
Okay, roll me a d20 -4.
Yeah, because I'm not exactly trying to lift it. I'm trying to,
No,
like,
but you
tug
still
on
have to move it, and it is a lot bigger than your form.
it.
Kietrin, you see Bat Maddie go up to this bowman and just start tugging at something, but she seems to be stuck there.
You just see large bat wings flapping profusely, trying to yank something out of the tree.
Yeah, Kietrin, I need another athletics check from you, please.
I don't take very kindly to people who try and rob me.
Does this commotion wake anyone else up?
I'm not being loud about this.
No, neither is he. Actually, Kietrin, he gets away from you and is just like, and he immediately starts running.
I'm gonna slash at him.
Go ahead.
Yeah, attack of opportunity because he's running away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Maddie is just profusely trying to tug at this bow and it won't come loose.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't run. I've been known to catch people.
Well, he's running.
30.
That, 30 hits. Go ahead, roll damage.
I don't want it to be lethal.
Well, it's kind of hard with the necrotic. And Kietrin, as this man tries to run away, you try to slash at him quickly, and you just see the sword sink right into his back. It doesn't seem to do that much damage, but then all of a sudden you see the body just go and immediately just wither
Cool.
as he just falls over dead.
Is he just straight up dead?
You can go make a
Have a
medicine check,
potion.
but he is a withered husk right now.
I was gonna make a
Kind
potion.
of non-lethal though.
Yeah.
Necrotic's
Oh,
not
yeah,
really
look at
non-lethal.
Even magic damage is made. Most the melee attack can be non-lethal.
Yeah.
That's usually how it works.
It's mostly the
Hmm.
necrotic that he's saying that really did do it. Not so
Yeah.
much that
It's
it,
not the
even
slashing,
if-
it's the necrotic.
Yeah.
So he only had like 8 health.
Yep.
hmm I
Did he
mean,
only
if
have
he's
8
a
health? 'Cause I would
citizen,
have been okay to doing 1 damage. Because he was going to chase him and stop him.
well, you swung.
I did, and I only wanted to do, like, very minimal damage. I wanted to scare him. I
And
didn't
you
wanna
didn't
kill him.
know this till after you swung, so...
I said non-lethal damage. I didn't want to kill him.
That's
Well,
how
it-
non-lethal. Usually, if you declare non-lethal, it doesn't really take into account like additional damage types.
Yeah,
No.
it doesn't take into account additional damage on top of the actual damage. If you're saying non-lethal, the actual damage the weapon does is nullified, but the actual magical effect, if it's enchanted, does not get nullified.
Alright, well. If he's only had 8 health, then there's nothing that could be helped.
No, and you just see the withered body.
Well. That was his fault.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna loot him.
Okay. Go roll me an investigation check.
Matt is just gonna give up on the bow.
Mm-hmm.
I'll drop the shadow.
13. As you're
Yeah.
searching through them, you find a couple of small rations, chewed up lint, everything. His clothes are torn and patched completely.
How many rations?
Basically, it amounts to 1.
Okay.
He, as you start looking through, all he had on him was a really rusty dagger. He seemed to have not much in the way of coin. In fact, as you check his coin purse, it is completely empty.
Cool.
And the one thing you noticed is, all this while, the bows haven't fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just see Maddie, who was previously flailing at one of the bows, just kind of give up.
Matt, did you have a potion?
Maddie flies down.
Mm-hmm.
She turns normal and she's like, "What kind of potion you looking for?"
Something that might minor healing. The only thing I have is superior, and I don't want to waste it on him.
Minor healing.
Yeah.
She's
It-
gonna look at the body.
Yeah, there might be some saving him. I don't know.
Can I tell he's dead, being that I'm very in tune with death and decay?
You can go make a medicine check if you really want, as you get up close to the body. Oh yeah, he's fucking dead.
I
if,
exceeded his maximum health.
Yep.
Lovely.
if Maddie just like poking at his body and goes, he's dead. You know this, right?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that there was some hope of saving him.
I mean, he could still be put to good use. He did try to rob us, after all.
And how?
She just smiles. You have to know, I have raised dead before.
Yes, but he was completely broke.
I mean, he still tried to, like, threaten us with a firing squad. By the way, those bows are just bows attached to trees.
I assume so, considering they didn't fire when I moved.
Yeah, no, they're just bows. I tried to pull one down to show you, but no.
Hmm.
I mean, he tried to rob us of 100 gold with, like, false pretenses, you know?
I was gonna give him 50 if he didn't have anything, but
Mm.
poor bastard ran.
I mean, you were scaring the shit out of him, and not surprising, you're a scary dude.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm
And
not,
plus,
but I am scary.
yeah, you're a very scary man. But plus, I've been wanting at least someone to help us with our travels. I don't know, I can have him carry our things. He could, like, be another watch.
Is going to be incredibly weird. Plus, if I'm going to be completely honest, Maddie, I was researching stuff on. He'll pull out the book, and turns out the matron that has taught me these things hates undead.
Mm.
Now, I don't know if that's going to affect badly on us if we decide to have one.
I've done it before. You've seen me have zombies follow us around.
Yes, and that was before I called upon her favor to try and help me get Aurora and Bavine back. I don't know if there's any obligation I have anymore. I don't mind, personally, but I don't know if it's going to affect badly on us.
I don't know either. I mean, I primarily, as Bavine told me, do it on the people who deserve it.
Hmm. Do you have any way to bring him back? Other than
Zombification?
Other than that?
I can do the same thing we did for Aurora and Bavine, but that would require a lot of components, as you could remember.
Ugh.
And I don't have that kind of. We don't have that kind of time right now.
I know.
And we don't even know him. And there's the fact as well, we don't even know him. We wouldn't know what things to offer that would actually work.
Nah, well. He's a lot like the thieves down at the market. I wouldn't have killed him, but oh. If you want to use the body, you can use the body. Just be wary that the others might not be okay with it.
I mean, I was gonna save him for when we started moving, but I don't know if the animals would get to him.
There's a very good chance that the animals would get to him.
And I can have him for 24 hours, so if I revive him now and just warn whoever's next shift not to attack him, and I'll have him sit somewhere off to the side and then call him later in the morning.
What you could do is you could have him sit around and watch for us. That way, we've got Aurora and we've got Kuznaf helping, but you've also got him as like an all-night watch.
Sure, I can have him do that. I mean, he's dead. He doesn't need to sleep.
Alright, well, in that case, go for it.
Okay, Daddy's gonna sit down and raise undead.
Alright, that is a 10-minute spell.
I'm gonna raise him, and I'm just gonna sit there and cast it.
Okay. And after about a minute or so, because I reread it, it is a minute spell, my bad. What are you having him come back as?
I'll have him come back as just a skeleton.
Okay. As you kind of hover over the body, eventually, as the spell ends, you see that the flesh starts to crumble away from where it withered, and all of a sudden, the bones just start to rattle, and then they rise, and then they just look at you, and Kiatrin, you can hear just a... Looking straight at you, Maddie.
Okay. I'm just going to give him the instruction of sitting and watching out for hostiles.
Okay. Easy enough. He just literally just stands there and just starts looking around.
Okay. I'm just gonna have him there for the night and just watch out for hostiles.
Okay.
And then, like, when morning comes around, I'll just give him some other order to follow or some shit.
Okay. But eventually, after that lively of an event, your guys' watch comes to an end. The whole time, the skeleton is just standing there.
I'll go over to Aurora and Kuznaf and wake him up.
You're not ready.
Yeah. By the way, there's a skeleton over there. Don't attack it.
She blinks about twice and then just... I'm sorry, run that by me again? What?
Person came by, tried to threaten us, and accidentally killed him. Maddie rose him from the dead, and now he's keeping watch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's as weird as it sounds.
All right. Aurora just gets up, stretches her dragon body, and starts to sit by where the fire is. Kuznath as well. Kuznath a little more quiet, but kind of sits next to Aurora as they kind of look in opposite directions. Aurora seems to be mostly focused on where the skeleton is.
Yeah.
Maddie softly says as she goes to bed, his name is Carl.
You've named him?
Yes.
Oh, God.
I like to give my servants personality.
Oh, don't call them servants, please.
Okay, fine. But his name is Carl.
Okay.
Then Maddie goes to bed.
All right. I need both Kuznath and Aurora to make me perception checks, please.
Should I make a perception for the Skeleman or no?
Sure.
Why not?
I believe he has a -4 for a skeleton.
No, he has a -1.
Oh,
Good job,
my bad.
Aurora.
Okay,
Nah.
4. That's about right. Is Kuznath going to take a perception?
When you tell me. Is he,
Sorry. Hello? Yes.
I'm asking Fen, so.
Hello. Yes. Kusnap needs to. Yeah. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. 9. All right. Kuznath, well, you guys really don't know what happens, but eventually Aurora kind of starts walking towards Mallow and gently shakes him awake and just goes, Mallow.
Oh, hello.
Hello, it is your turn to take the watch, I believe, and just beware your wife has a skeleton watching with you.
They killed someone without me?
Apparently was an accident. I'm sure he'll tell us a story in the morning. Keitch will tell us a story in the morning. Either way, it is your turn.
Very well. Well, good night to you then, Aura.
Good night. And she curls up against the wagon. Kuznath is still sitting there, but seems to have nodded off a little bit until you sit down where Aurora was, and eventually Kuznath starts to just go, crap, and scoots over back to where she was sleeping originally. She nodded off a little.
Oh dear. Alright, good night, Kuznav. Yeah, and Mallow will just watch, maybe poke at the skeleton, like, what is this thing? So, yeah, I guess I'll do a perception.
Maddie,
Okay.
Oh, no.
roll me an insight on the skeleton.
Oh, the skeleton? Oh, okay. Hold
Oh
on.
my god, it wasn't that.
That was his perception check too. He's not paying attention. What is insight intelligence?
Insight
or
is wisdom.
Wisdom? Okay.
Okay, I need the skeleton to make an attack at Mallow.
Why?
He poked him.
He poked him and perceives him as a threat now.
Oh god.
He put on
Mallow!
When did I know that the skeleton will attack me if I poke it?
Okay,
Where is this
roll me
fucking-
a d20. Yeah, just a straight d20.
Just a straight D20?
It doesn't have any weapons on it.
It's gonna bitch slap you across the nose.
It failed.
Yeah, Mallow, as you poke it, you see the skeleton rear back a hand and tries to strike at you, and just you easily duck out of the way. It was so slow and obnoxious.
It's just
Yeah.
Trying to
What-
take his revenge out from the grave.
Yeah, what are you doing as it's still coming after you, but it's your turn now?
How about I just fly in the air? And what do you do?
Okay.
Another 2 seconds of
Picture it pulling in Minecraft where he flies so high above it, but it's aggroed on him, so it's just spinning in circles underneath him.
Well, it's going to get one more strike at you because you are leaving its range, so go ahead, make a strike
I
again.
understand. Ooh.
Does a 19 hit you?
Yep, that hits.
He
You
just
take-
straight up 1 point of damage.
Yep, 1 point of damage because there's a strength plus modifier of 0 as it smacks into you. This time it rakes its claws a little bit across your shin. But you get out of the range as, just like Maddie said, it starts to walk underneath you in a circle, trying to get at you. Its hands just raised in the air, just an ungodly moaning sound starting to hear.
He's just, just walking around under him, just trying to reach.
Basically, Skeletor, come here, fuckboy.
Come here, bitch.
Yeah,
Rattle 'em, boys.
exactly. He's trying to get you. He's following his
Trying to
orders.
rattle me, he's failing on that rattle.
He's desperately reaching for you because it's like, no, come back. I just want to eat you.
Basically, except for the eating part, it's trying to get you though. It's just letting out a moan.
Give me your bones.
Yeah, Boomy, I'm assuming you're in your cart since the people didn't take it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then okay. Kiatrin and Boomy. Okay, actually, Boomy, you can roll with disadvantage for perception. Kiatrin, regular. Maddie, regular for perception.
26, yeah.
26. 7,
7.
Boomy. Yeah, you're fast asleep, Boomy. 25. Yeah, Kiatrin and Maddie, you hear an ungodly moaning as you are disturbed from your sleep as you get up and look. Maddie, the fire has kind of died down a little bit for the most part, but you can see your skeleton trying to get your husband up in the air. Kiatrin, you see the skeleton again, same thing, just reaching up at a flying mallow.
Oh my god, Maddie is just gonna sit up, look at him, and go, oh my god.
What did you do?
I think he likes me.
I told him to watch out for threats. I think Mallow might have probably poked him.
I did. I didn't know poking was an attack.
I told him
Catching
to
the
watch
face
out for...
bumps.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up and tell him, go back to your post.
You have a bonus. Basically, how that works is you can just use a bonus action. It's telepathic.
Okay, then I'm just gonna, like, literally telepathically tell him he's not a threat. Nobody in this camp is a threat.
As soon as you say that, he stops wailing and puts his hands down and starts just looking around again. Just.
There you go.
Stop
Thank
poking.
you.
Okay.
Just stop poking the undead, please.
You poke it all the time, Maddie.
I poke it because they're mine.
Don't
Fair
call them yours, please.
Right? You two
Go to
rest
bed.
now. I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, just know he's there to help you. Just don't bug him and you'll be fine.
Very well.
And
All
Maddie's
right.
just gonna go back to bed.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'll roll my perception now. so-
Yeah. Are you staying in the air the whole night, or are you gonna land somewhere?
I'm gonna land. All right. Probably land on one of the tree branches.
All right, fair enough. As you land on a tree branch, you notice that there is a bow that has been strapped on by vines to that branch with an arrow just sticking right out of it.
Huh. This must have. I need to ask some more about this. All right. Anyways, perception time. 10.
You're a little fascinated by the skeleton for the most part, especially after it stopped chasing you. So you're kind of just watching him all night, and he kind of just like turns his head, just like clockwork. He just turns his head again, turns his head, and just keeps up that pattern non-stop, no breaks, no nothing, as he's just looking around.
Why do I just imagine only his skull is moving, but the rest of his body is still?
Basically, what's happening? I mean, the vertebrae
Turns his
are
head 360 degrees.
not 360, but it's definitely just scanning. Basically, but the vertebrae are moving with it for the most part.
Sure. All right.
Yeah. And eventually your shift comes to an end.
All right. Well, it was nice being partners with you, Mr. Skeleton. All right.
He's not he's not paying attention to you at all.
Oh hell no.
No. No, Mallow's just pretending he has a friend with him.
Aw.
Alright. Mallow just knocks on the wagon door twice. Yeah.
I'm up. I'm up.
Yep, wake up.
I'll wake up,
It's
spend
your
like
time.
15 minutes to get ready for the day, and then head out.
Mm-hmm. You don your armor and stuff. Are you just going to sleep, Mallow?
Before I do that, I want to tell Boomy. So, whenever we have a time when it's just you and me,
Yeah.
I would like a chat with you.
Okay.
Yep, but not right now, as I really need to sleep. And also, that skeleton is Maddie's. I was told not to touch it.
I was about to ask.
Yeah, no need to attack it.
Okay.
Anyways, good night. He just flops to the snooze.
Mm-hmm. All right. Boomy, as you come out, you see that Kuznath and Aurora kind of sleeping by the wagon wheels. Your bull's off by the tree where you finally got him tied up after he was done drinking and eating. And there's a skeleton standing by your camp.
Skeleton warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, skeleton. You stand over there. I'm gonna stand up here on the roof away from you.
It doesn't say a word, but you just hear a slight moaning as its head turns the opposite direction.
I just get up on top of my cart and sort of stand up there and keep on watch out.
Easy enough. Go ahead, roll me perception.
Man, my rolls just suck today.
Yeah, 8. You're kind of a little perplexed by what Mallow said about wanting to talk to you, but for the most part, your watch goes uneventful.
As the sun starts coming up, I'll start getting the cart ready to leave.
Mhm. Yeah, the bull wakes up eventually, and it kind of spooks a little at the skeleton, but as it doesn't seem to move or react to it, it eventually calms down.
I'm already up.
Oh yeah. You
Maddie
all,
probably gets up too.
yeah, y'all wake up and skeleton's still there. You see basically where it crawl out of its body as there's now kind of like an ashy substance where he lay dead.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna be there for 24 hours.
So may I explain, actually no, you need to explain why there's a skeleton here.
Okay, more or less, during me and Keatrin's night shift, dude who says that this was his pond came over and tried to rob us with so-called 20 men, which turned out to just be 20 bows strung up in trees to make them look like they were aiming at us, and tried to get 100 gold out of us. Keatrin pulled what he does best and tried to threaten him to make us leave us alone, and then, he ran away, and Keatrin swung at him, trying to probably incapacitate him for a little bit, and ended up accidentally killing him with his necrotic blade.
Oh.
And not
Well-
wanting to let him go to waste, I found some use for him as like a night guard or an extra pair of hands for our travels, so I thought I might as well raise him for a little while.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll happily accept him as part of our party. Have a name for him yet?
Carl.
I think you named one of your zombies Carl before.
Yes, I miss Carl.
I guess.
Well,
this
can
is
Carl too drive the cart while I sit on the roof, maybe?
Carl the second. I mean, I don't think letting him in charge of driving is something I think I want him to do.
Fine.
I
then
don't even
strap
know
him-
if he'd be able to do so very well.
strap
He
him
is
to
a
the roof,
skeleton.
Then. Well, then strap him to the roof or something.
Strap him to the roof.
Yeah, strap him to the roof. He's basically luggage.
He can walk himself. He's his own independent skeleton.
Well, independent loosely.
Loosely. He follows my order.
Yep.
So,
And,
if anything, if I really want to, I could. Oh, Keitra died. If 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 I really want to, I can just tell him to carry something, or just kind of follow closely, or be a guard, like a caravan guard, if anything. I had him do that during the night shift. Just had him sit there and watch for hostiles.
He's still watching, by the way. He's just every now and then just turns his head, and you guys kind of hear that faint, ethereal moan coming from him.
Yeah, I'm just leaving him there because while we're getting ready in the morning, he's just gonna watch.
Mhm.
When we start moving, I'll tell him to get up and follow me.
Okay. Yeah, but for the most part, it's a very nice morning. I mean, the sun's shining, the clouds are out, the
Skeletons are moaning.
the skeletons are keeping watch. I mean, it's a normal day in your adventuring party. As you guys eventually head up and start hitting the road, Maddie, as you command the skeleton to follow, he immediately starts trundling behind you and just immediately starts walking
Yeah.
as you guys head out for another day. Path's fairly easy to follow. You guys end up transversing through the plains. Is anybody really keeping a watch or anything?
Yeah.
I'm keeping a watch at least in like the front of me with and occasionally turning my head left and right, but not really,
Yeah, I mean,
keeping
it's
a full watch.
it's a pretty
keeping an
easy
eye out.
path for the most part for you, Boomy. I mean, every now and then you got to make sure your plains cow doesn't go and eat grass, but I mean, he's pretty okay with not eating right now, so I mean that's pretty easy. Kiatrin, you just walking around. All right, so I need you to make me perception checks, please.
Alright.
13.
Give me a moment. I'm trying to search for it. There it is.
7. Boomy, you want to get another one, or
Another what?
because you did a perception of 8 for the night?
Me? Hello?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Make a perception.
Okay, perception.
Yeah, because the 8 there is from the night, so I don't think you want to use
know.
that again.
10.
10.
10.
It's a very relaxing day, and Kiatrin, even you, for how much you pay attention to everything, are finding yourself idly daydreaming for the most part, as eventually you start to notice that the sun is starting to set. Pretty lackadaisical day of traveling. Almost basically you're on autopilot. Are you guys pushing on for another hour or no?
Probably not today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably not.
Probably
it's
not
just-
tonight.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep at it.
Yeah, the sun's starting to go down a little bit now. And as you guys look around, it's pretty flat here. There is no hills or anything, so for the most part, it's going to be in the tall grass off to the sides for a camp tonight.
Is it like I know that we talked about this sometime in the past, but is it possible to recast Animate Dead to keep him under my control?
If you read the spell, that's part of the spell.
Okay, then I'm gonna do that before Maddie goes to bed.
Fair enough. We'll get to that in a minute. But for the most part, it's pretty flat if someone wants to make a survival to find a suitable camp.
I'll do it this time. I'm up high. I'm technically slightly taller than Kirtan right now.
Barely.
My head's up higher than him. I
He's
can
8
look
feet
over.
tall. Cart's not that high at the buckboard.
Survival.
Mm-hmm.
25.
25. As you're kind of looking around, eventually you do see where it looks like either a caravan or some wild creatures have stamped out kind of like a pretty big area where the grass is actually down, and you think that would probably make the best campsite, and it's decently off the road so that if something was to try and come after you, it would be pretty easy to see it coming.
Okay. Well, I will point it out and then drive the cart over there.
All right. Pretty standard affair. You get everything unhitched. There's no water here, so for the most part, the plains cow does seem to just munch on the grass and just eat. But you guys start setting up a fire. Kitrin, you do your usual dung routine, and some
Yep.
I'm going to assume sticks that you got from the pond area.
No, I don't. I don't do the dung thing. I fucking demand Boomy to use the timber.
I gave you some last time. I'll do it again. How much do I have of that anyway? We don't actually establish how much wood I had.
I don't know because you never told me you had wood in there. So I'm going to say
You told me I had wood.
either way. Then, since you're asking, you have one more day's worth.
Okay. Because you said like I didn't even think of it. You said, "Oh well, Boomy has wood in her car." Like I didn't even think of it. You told me.
I don't remember,
Damn.
but anyway. Look, it's been a long time and I don't get to drink now. I just get medicine. So, that's beside the point. Anyway. All right. It's pretty easy to start the fire. I mean, especially with the long grass. It's the thing you're actually worried about the most is maybe potentially starting a fire, but for the most part, night comes eventually. You guys, unless someone's going hunting, eat a ration.
I will go
I will-
hunting.
Are you going hunting?
I'm gonna go hunting with Aurora.
Okay.
I'll join. I will go hunting in the opposite direction with Q-Snap. So we're not going both. So not a huge group going in one direction.
Okay. Keitron, roll me
Wait.
survival first.
Okay.
21. Okay. As you're going out hunting, eventually you start hearing something, especially with your speed, you're able to move way faster in the brush, and eventually as it's starting to get down, you start hearing something go
You hear that, Aurora?
and she starts to get behind you. How could I not?
You want to scare it this way, or should I scare it your way?
I don't know, but it does sound pretty big.
Yeah. Let's go. So see if we can go and catch it, and kill it.
Yeah, and as you roll me a stealth check.
Shall do. I'll use possibility trace as well.
Okay, so add a plus 10 to that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a 30. All right. Let's see what happens. As like a sneaky snake or raptor, depending on your viewpoint, through the grass, you immediately start to come up to what you could eventually see as a clearing. As you look, you see a herd of 5 plains cows. A big bull just lowing out. There's about 2 females, and on each side of them, each has a calf. And they just seem to be lowing every now and then to each other, as they just seem to be munching on the grass.
Are they wild, or does this look like it could be like owned by someone?
You get the funny feeling they're wild with your perception. You see like mud and grass just matted into their fur, for the most part.
Mm.
And you see a lot of like nicks and cuts, especially on the bull.
All right. Or you want to divide them up, and we'll pick one to take back?
Can certainly try. Should we not get back up? And which one are we going for?
Let's go for one of the males.
There's only one.
Well, oh, never mind. We'll go for one of the females.
It
One
has
with the-
young.
Hmm?
As I explained, there's 2 calves there with the 2 females. It's up to you. I'm just explaining the situation.
5, not 3.
Yeah, there's 5. There's 1 bull, 2 females, and 2 calves.
We'll go after one of the 2. We'll go after one of the females.
All right. She kind of gets ready and sets. All
Alright.
right. How are you doing this?
I'm gonna get her to go around and see if I can get her to make a roll of sorts. Nothing too loud, but something to startle them. Maybe to get them to run.
Okay.
And Ketchum's going to go up and see if he can get any that may divert, hopefully, one of the females.
Okay. All right. I need Aurora to make a stealth check without your passive of the trace because eventually she will get without a range of that.
Hmm.
Okay.
Stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
Normal. 14.
Okay. Oh, shit. Dice don't roll off the table. Okay. As Aurora sneaks around, you can definitely tell she's very practiced at this with hunting, and she eventually goes around. Now, as you wanted her to roar, I need you to have me have her roll a performance.
Performance. With advantage because she's a dragon.
No.
Maybe?
No.
Aw. This isn't
She's a young dragon. That's why she's getting the performance.
Okay.
14. Okay, 1 second. All right. As she lets out a bellowing roar that doesn't really shake the ground, but definitely is loud. Hold on. You see the bull swing around to the noise and just lets out a roar, and immediately the females go off running with the calves, but the bull is standing behind.
Cool. I'm gonna go after one of the females.
All right. 1 minute. I need to get the appropriate music.
And I want to make sure that Aurora doesn't try and take on the bull face to face.
Well, we're gonna
It
have to see
depends
what
on what
happens.
she's like.
Yeah. Gonna have to see what happens there. I actually don't like. No. 1 minute. I need something a little more. There we go. That's about right.
Yeah. Okay.
It's about right. All right. As you go charging after the females, they are just lowing and calling out in a big, raucous, basically, noise. I need you to roll me initiative along with Aurora. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Keatron, you're up first as you immediately go charging after the females.
Cool. I'm gonna go see if I can.
With your movement, you get in there immediately.
Yeah. I want to see if I can get one of them to branch off.
Okay. How are you trying to do that?
I'm going to. How do I do this? I'm gonna see if I can get in front of them and see if I can. I guess get them to split.
Okay, to get in front of them, you would have to use basically either your bonus action with a key point to get in front of them, or your action.
I'd use a key point.
Okay, you immediately step at the wind, right?
Mm-hmm.
You immediately charge in front of them. You get in front. How are you scaring them?
I am going to see if I can just be like a big intimidating force that they're running towards, and see if I can get them to split.
Okay,
Just
roll me an
just
intimidation check.
presence.
Eight. Okay. The females, having heard the noise behind you, don't seem to give two cares about you, and immediately
Okay.
lower their heads in front of you.
I'm gonna see if I can fucking kill one with one hit. Then
That's your turn, though.
I didn't use my action.
Your action was to scare them.
I was hoping that just my presence was gonna scare them. Oh.
No. All right.
Okay. Well,
It is
I guess
now-
I braced myself.
It is now Aurora's turn. Aurora, seeing that the bull is kind of positioning on her, kind of backs up a little bit into the grass.
Yeah.
She's definitely trying to stay hidden. Roll me a stealth check with that, please.
I'd say that she needs to probably. Would she be smart enough to climb a tree?
There's no trees around here.
None. Okay.
You are in a
that
flat,
case-
open plain.
Oh wow, I snuck up real well then.
Yeah. The only reason is the tall grass.
16.
16. All right. Okay. The bull is just immediately starting to look through all the grass in front of him, but doesn't seem to see the silver dragon for the most part. He's just ripping and tearing. All right. Now, one of the females is going to try and hit you, Kietran,
Go for it.
as it goes charging through you. All right. Okay. Does a 23 hit you?
That meets my armor class.
All right. She immediately runs into you and strikes, basically starts trampling over you as you try to stop it. I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Okay.
Yep. And you're going to take the damage. Hold on.
20.
20. Okay. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as she tramples over you. However, in that respect, as you feel the bulk of this animal try and push you over, you remain upright, still in front of her.
Yep.
The other one just goes screaming past you as you're kind of in front of this one.
Okay. I'll try and keep her here while the other one goes by.
Okay. It is your turn again.
Cool. Now that she's in front of me, I'm just gonna make it. Let's go with the quarterstaff, so I don't actually necrosis this bullshit.
Okay. Natural 20. That definitely hits.
Oh, I'm just gonna fucking straight up snap its neck.
Okay,
So what
well,
is
hold
that?
on. We doubled the dice, so that'd be 6
So that's
plus 6. That's 12. That's 13 points of damage. All right.
so it's 1d6, which I rolled a 6 on. 12
No,
plus
you
6
rolled a
because of my
3.
dex.
You rolled a 3.
That was the second one. If you look at it, the first one is 6.
The first
Oh,
one's
no, you're right.
The first
What
one's
the
a
fuck?
3 plus 6
It's
plus
very-
1.
I hate how that rolls. It's fucking confusing to look at.
I got it in 2 seconds, dude.
Yeah, because you're fucking used to this bullshit. It's annoying.
All right, you
Whatever.
smack it good. You see the head go off to the side a little bit as it kind of just goes.
I'm gonna make another attack just
You-
to sort of kill it quickly.
You have that option.
Yeah. I have 3 attacks if I really wanna.
Yeah.
I just wanna make sure it's dead. I don't wanna let it suffer for very long. 18,
Yeah, that hits.
12.
All right, as you strike it, you strike it again on the other side. It just goes. Still, it's still moving, but you see the calf getting very scared at its side.
The calf stopped as well. I thought it would keep running.
It's sticking with mom.
God damn it.
It's still alive
Give
and
me this
kicking, but it's
dilemma.
definitely hurt.
You're gonna give me this dilemma. Alright, I'm gonna attack the mama one more time.
All right.
Unarmed strike. See if I can. 12. Wow, that wasn't all that great.
As you go to strike it this time, it actually bats with its giant head. It actually bats away your hand, and you actually miss.
Fucking hell, alright.
Yeah. All right. That is your turn. Aurora, for the most part, would try to be making her way back to you. Roll me another stealth as she tries to sneak past. 17.
Better than
Oh.
last time.
Yep. And she eventually sneaks past and uses her full action. She's got about another turn before she gets to you. Okay.
I'm good.
The bull. Let's see what the fuck he's doing and see if you heard that. The bull is just trampling the grass all around. He's actually running away from the cows as they actually. He's trying to find the source of that noise to protect his herd, but doesn't realize that behind him is the problem.
Yeah.
All right, Kitchen, it's back to your turn.
I'm just gonna see if I can kill this mob quickly.
Actually, no, it's the cow's turn. My bad.
Well, never mind.
All right, we'll count that hit still, okay? But she's going to try and hit you again.
Oh, go for it.
That would be a 24 this time.
Fucking hell, these things are good to hit.
No, she's just rolling really fucking good.
Damn.
She's mama. She's pissed. She wants to protect. She protects. She attacked. All right. Okay, but shit all damage. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. She just raises up. She basically just plows you with her head just straight into your body. As she just seems to be trying to get out of there. And actually, as she does that, she's going to try and just move past you. You do get an attack of opportunity if you want.
I'll keep that 23 then.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead, roll damage. 11. And as you hit, she manages to just take the rest of it and just keep on running.
Oh, fuck her.
All right, she only gets about 40 feet away from you.
Oh, okay. We'll walk up to her.
Yeah, now it's your turn. The other one is gone. Like
Yep.
she's disappearing off into the grass with the other calf.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can just. I want to make sure that she's not. She's already survived a couple hits, and this is really annoying me.
Oh
Just
yeah,
die.
she's hurting. You can definitely tell. Leg is limping. She's going. The calf is going with her.
Wow.
As you run up, 14 just hits. Go ahead, roll damage.
I clicked it. Why isn't it rolling?
I don't know.
Roll 20, please.
Roll 20. No, I want to see the dead mother. Come on.
8.
8. And as you strike it, you get up alongside her and just whack her head. And this time, you hear an almighty snap, and she just plows straight into the ground.
Hmm.
The calf is right
Okay.
there too,
Yeah.
and it's
I threw the calf away. Go on, little calf. Get out of here.
it's gonna run. All right, I'm gonna give one more
Okay,
check
cool.
for the bull real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. As the bull can't seem to find what it's looking for, it is turned around, and it sees you because you're not hidden, and it's starting to come towards you at a charge.
Alright.
As it's plowing forward. All right, it's gonna take it several turns to get there though.
Hmm.
Okay. And at this point, Aurora would have snuck up next to you, and just goes, "He's coming for us."
I know.
Should we try to scare him?
Probably not. He looks like he's just ready to kill something. Can you get this body back? I'm gonna see
It
if
is
I
a
can knock
large.
knock
It is a large beast.
She's a large creature, almost as big as me.
No, she's not large. She's medium.
She's almost as big as me. isn't
Yeah,
she?
you're medium.
I know, but like, whatever. Oh, she doesn't have the. Okay, she doesn't have powerful build. Fair enough.
I can let out a roar again.
Sure. If that doesn't work out, we'll try and sneak away.
All right. Have a roll performance.
Cool. Come on, Aurora.
13.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, Aurora lets out. You've heard dragons roar before.
Yeah.
Her roar's not nearly there, but you immediately see the bull skid a little bit, look at you guys, and just shake his head and just runs off the other direction. He rolled a natural fucking 1.
He just stares, watching it run off like, that worked much better than I expected it to. Well done.
She looks very, very proud of herself. Now, we're going to go over to Boomy.
Okay, I'll mute myself.
Booby and Koosnap looking in the grass, finding nothing but grass.
I will say at some point, Boomy, we'll get to that, but as you're searching through the grass, roll me a survival.
Survival.
Survival, yes.
Survival. 20.
22. All right.
Tickety 2.
Yes, as you're looking in the grass, eventually you come upon some footprints.
Oh yes, this grass is made of grass.
Well, yes, but the dirt underneath the grass is what the footprint is in. And as you look
Oh.
closer to it, you eventually see that it is a paw of some sort. And with your knowledge and background, you know this is a wolf.
Yeah, wolves in the area.
Mm.
Do I see which way the tracks are going?
Yeah, eventually you're able to track it. It's starting to head a little to the northeast.
I'd rather not tangle with a potential wolf pack in the middle of the night. I mean, wolf meat isn't even that good.
I don't know, kind of stringy and tender, but I mean, I've only ever killed pups, so.
Oh.
What?
Well,
I had to eat.
It would be meat, but if it's a pack of wolves, that could be dangerous.
Mm.
I mean, we're strong, but like 10 wolves. It's still 10 wolves.
Is that how many you're seeing?
I see one. I see one track. So unless it's hunting with a lone wolf, I guess we'll follow it and see what we find.
All right. As you're following, eventually about halfway through your journey, you hear an almighty commotion coming from the opposite direction of you towards the south. Basically.
Think we should circle around to make sure everything's okay?
That was a dragon roar for sure.
Was it a good dragon? Was that
Roll
Aurora?
me
I hope that
insight
was
with
Aurora.
disadvantage.
I hope that was Aurora.
Roll me insight with disadvantage, because there's nothing really distinguishing a good dragon and a bad dragon from a roar.
I mean, is that Aurora's roar or?
Okay. All right. As you have heard an adult dragon roar before, you can definitely tell this is a younger one, and you're smart enough. You get the funny feeling it is Aurora.
So that was Aurora. Hopefully Aurora. So, think we should circle around and see what they found?
I mean, they are to the south. Who knows what trouble they got in? Do we go quick or do we go now? Same question, same answer.
Let's circle around
And
camp and head the direction again.
Right.
Again, it's just he's gonna be one wolf, which it wouldn't be a good meal, but if it was a pack of wolves, that would be dangerous. At least they're heading away from camp.
Yeah, I'll have to. We'll keep watch, obviously. All right. And eventually you go. Eventually you hear that second roar, but it's definitely louder as you guys are getting closer. Until eventually.
Do I see or hear anything in the area?
Yeah, you definitely hear bellowing, but it's getting softer eventually until Keitrin and Boomy, you guys meet on the corpse.
I'm currently putting it up on my shoulder.
Roll me athletics.
I shall.
Yeah, you can technically carry it because of your what is it? Shit. Yeah.
15.
All right. As you try to put it up on your shoulder, it's a little hard, and eventually you just like, fuck this, and you actually start to drag it across the ground.
Damn.
Yeah. It's a big female plains cow that he has killed. You don't see any puncture wounds or anything like that, but its head is lolling off to an odd angle.
I have to say, if you bring that towards camp, you might want to butcher it away from my plains cow. Don't know how he'll react.
All right.
Do I look around? Do I see or any other sign of any other plains cow in the area?
Make me a perception check. As you're circling around, your goblin ears twitch a little bit as you're.
I will head in that direction slowly.
Easy enough.
Stealthily,
I mean,
until Koosna have to hold back.
yeah.
Didn't run away.
Yeah. As you go for it, roll me a stealth check with disadvantage because of your armor.
Oh yeah, we always forget about the armor.
I didn't forget this time. 14. All right. The calf's fucking dumb. As you get closer,
passive outrage still active.
actually, technically, well, actually, Kitchen, roll me 2 cons. Forgot about that.
Yeah, that's true.
Roll me 2 cons real quick. You took 2 hits. You got to beat a 10 both times. 16? 14. Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah. So, I mean, the calf's dumb. Eventually, you get close enough, and you see the calf. You see a baby plains cow is just slowly following the trail that Kietrin is leaving behind as he just kind of mules off to the side, just meh, meh, meh.
Well, now I'm sad. I
Welcome
can
to
easily
nature.
put 2 and 2 together. What happened here?
Oh, easily, yeah.
I want to attempt to capture
Okay.
it.
Okay, how are you attempting to capture it?
I will I will take my rope and make a lasso real quick.
Okay, just give me a quick dex check.
Dexterity.
Yeah, if we're
Okay,
making
good,
the
my
lasso.
dex.
13. I mean, it's not too hard. You just turn it around. You get a little slip knot going. It's it's pretty crude,
Just
but
gonna carefully get close to it and just sort of get it around its head. And
okay. How close are you getting?
I mean, how long is my rope?
It's 50 feet.
I only have 30 feet because I lost part of it in a.
Okay,
in
well, you have
back-
30
way
feet of
back
rope.
when. So I got 30 feet of rope, so close enough that I can easily throw it, and not so close that it will notice me.
Roughly, that would be about 10 feet or so.
Yeah, 10 feet.
All right, give me another stealth check with disadvantage without Kietrin's pass, without a trace.
Wait, that's survival.
Mm-hmm. I would say 26 would be good, but that's the wrong roll.
12.
12. Okay, little baby plains cow. And as you get closer, it immediately stops and it looks straight at you and starts running away.
I chase.
Okay. You only got 30 feet of movement. It's got 40. It's gaining from you. Are you throwing, or are you just gonna let it run away?
I will attempt the lasso.
All right, lasso. Give me a D20 plus your dex. No proficiency because it's not really a weapon. It's a makeshift one, and fighters
if it was
don't.
a net, it would be a weapon, but it's
Right,
not.
but it's not. It's a lasso, which is totally different. So I'm allowing the dex, but it's out of its range, so it's also a disadvantage.
So D20 plus Dex
Yep.
disadvantage.
Yep.
My Dex, so D20 plus 7. And
Disadvantage.
roll.
All right.
15,
One more.
18, so 15.
All right. That hits its AC. You just start running. You just swing it over your head like you've seen people do on the cow ranches. And you just chuck it. And for some fucking how, it goes around the last little bit of its leg. And eventually, it's tugging on you. I need you to make me a strength check immediately.
Strength check.
Yep. As you're trying to hold onto this rope.
Oh, it's 17. I haven't set the disadvantage, so 17.
No, it's a 6.
Because
Oh,
the
yeah,
6
no,
of them
no.
are the
The
first.
six is
damn
six
it.
is first. Well, don't that
Six.
beat all? And
Roll a 1.
it rolled a natural 1.
Yikes.
Even with a strength modifier of +2, it's not getting away. As it kind of just starts screaming.
I will get close and just sort of try to, I guess not tie it up. I don't think you can hog tie a calf, can you?
Yes, you can. I mean, have you
I
never?
will hog tie this calf.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have to tackle it to the ground first.
I don't want to try to hurt it. I want to keep it alive.
Oh, I know. On this one, I mean, you're just basically the way it works is the person, this would normally be a two-person operation where one person would basically like sit on it while the other person is doing the legs, but you're one person. So I need you to make me a athletics checks to basically grapple the creature.
Ah,
Natural 1. All right.
lucky. I don't have lucky. I wish
No.
I had lucky.
Yeah, and as you get close, you try to grab this thing, but it's a lot stronger than you thought it was, and it kind of just boofs you off and starts trying to get away again. You still have the rope in your hand. I need you to make me another strength check as it tries to pull away from the rope, because it has a 40-foot dash. It's a 30-foot rope. 14. Okay. Yeah, once more, you're just kind of holding on to it. Keatrin, you're hearing this just commotion off to the side.
Oh, she's trying to.
All right, you've got it held again, Boomy.
I will.
Oh,
This time, instead of trying to hog tie it, I'm going to just kind of grab a hold of its body and just hold it.
Okay, what were you saying, Keatrin?
Alright,
Sorry.
Partly trying to hold it in place, partly trying to calm it down somehow.
Ketrin's just gonna ask like the two dragons, like, can one of you go and make sure she's not
Wait a
killing
second.
something?
Mm-hmm. All right, Kuzna's like, all right, I got it, and she immediately starts dashing after. All right, so you're just trying to grapple the creature then?
Yeah.
All right, roll me athletics.
Ignore the fact that that strength check actually would have been only less than 14. I actually rolled for a Kusnaf strength.
It would have been less.
Either
I
way,
have both Kusnaf and Boom.
either way, it only rolled a 5, so it was only a 7. So even with your modified strength, you're still okay.
Okay. So just athletics check.
Yep.
Athletics, come on, don't fail me again. 25.
All right. Yeah, no, the creature, the poor plains calf is basically just getting tired, and it's just moaning and moving. You basically just grab it around the center and just like pick it up by its legs. It's still trying to thrash around in your arms, but you've got it. Eventually, it's kind of like just trying to wriggle and it's just screaming its head off.
I will just pick it up and kind of hold it and just carry it back towards where it came from.
All right. Eventually, Kuznath approaches you and just goes,
carry that thing?
It's only a calf.
It's only a calf.
It's okay.
It's a medium creature. It's at that point, and it's fairly young.
Heavy as fuck, boy, but I'm definitely incumbent.
Oh yeah, you are. You're walking at half speed right now.
I am incumbent. Like, hey, Kusnaf, look what I caught.
Why didn't you just kill it and eat it?
I want it. It's a calf.
So?
I have a plains cow that pulls my cart. It's pulling slow. Imagine if I had two.
You're gonna take the time to train it.
It's a calf. I could do it.
Oh.
I could train it for better than probably even better than...
Kuzna just takes her clawed talons and just like strokes her eyes, just like,
It's a good idea. Also, if that doesn't work out, we can always sell it. Besides, we already caught one whole full-size plains cow. We don't need that.
Keatrin killed it. You're catching this one alive.
I know, but so we have one full-size one that has plenty of meat. Now we have the small one. You can just sell it, or I could raise it. I'll figure it out later. I have it now.
Yeah, it is just mooing and moaning at just a fevered pitch right now. It is scared beyond belief.
Oh god.
I will set it down for that. So I'll hold it and just sort of like pat it, trying to calm it down.
Roll me animal handling with disadvantage. You have chased this poor thing, you have put a rope on it, and it's had a rough day.
And now it's seeing a dragon.
Yeah, that doesn't help either.
Are they back at camp, or are they just like out in the
No, they're
out
out
in the field?
They're out in the grass right now.
21.
I was gonna ask if Maddie could hear this.
We'll get to that in a second, okay?
Maddie would have heard the roar.
All right, hold on a minute. some fucking how, either just it's getting tired or it's just
Is the
it
baby really
actually
tired?
feels just too scared to continue. The mooing starts to get a little less. It seems to be calming down or just too tired to continue.
This is like one of the first times I've forgotten to use my my folk hero animal handling skills.
Yeah. It is looking at you. Its eye is still terrified, but the patting
will-
does seem to be helping some fucking how.
I will carry it back towards camp.
All right, Keatron, eventually
Make
you
sure not to go past where Kiatrin is holding the body.
Keisha, with your perception, you're able to see Boomy eventually. And eventually, yeah, as it's getting darker, the two arrive at camp. We will continue from there after we take a quick break, because as you probably heard, my voice is starting to go, I need to go get a drink of water.
Yeah,
Oh
I was
my
hoping to find that camp.
God.
I wanted it.
My
God.
goodness.
There is going to be so many arguments that are going to follow this. You do realize that.
We got rid of the circus and now we have a zoo.
At this point, you have a druid in the party who's just gonna look at you like, what the fuck did you just do?
As she says,
I
holding her
found a
fucking
cow.
skeleton.
It's a skeleton, it's a person, it's not an animal.
We're treating it like an
Wow.
animal.
Wow.
Oh
Now we know
my-
where Maddie stands.
Oh my God.
It's
But anyway,
a person.
And you're
All
going
right.
to take a calf from its family.
All right, but we're going to take a
You
quick break,
killed
folks.
his mom. She's gonna be lost and die after being killed
Yeah,
by
we'll
wolves.
take a break.
Yeah, we're gonna
I
take a quick break.
swear-
I need to go get a drink.
I swear to God, because I had this idea now that if Maddie were to see this and realized it doesn't have a mom now because you killed it and we're keeping it, what is your plains cow anyways? Isn't it a bull?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I just had this idea because a plains cow is
Domesticated bull.
a plains cow is a half a CR. Maddie could turn into one.
Turn
Are
to
you
a
going to
mom and give
become
it
its
milk.
mother?
She can turn into a cat. She can turn into a plains cow female. I don't know if that would allow her to be able to essentially nurse this thing. I don't know.
Don't
But if
bring
she
any
has
more
to end up having to fucking feed this thing, she is going to strangle Boomy.
It's kind of terrible that the ones who killed the cow are now the owners of the baby.
How do you think actual domestication actually happened? You
I
guys are
got that.
actually doing that.
No, I'm not.
Got the-
Everyone's going to be against it because he told it to fucking piss off.
Hey, Zorn, can you answer my question about that though?
I didn't hear anything. I left without my headphones, so I have no
Okay.
idea.
The one thing I asked is that if Maddie were to turn into a plains cow female, would she or would she not be able to essentially nurse this thing? Cause a plains cow is a half a CR rating.
Oh, I know.
So it's like, would
But
she
are
be
you
able
going to get
fucking nurse
pregnant
the
as
thing?
as a plains cow? Is Mallow gonna do some overtime work here?
Oh god.
No, but I'm asking if she were
want
to
some
turn
goat
into
milk?
one, would she be able to nurse this thing, or is that not possible? That's the question I was asking.
I.
At
'Cause
least you
that's-
can talk to the cow.
Yeah, I
know
could talk to it.
I
could turn into a
would.
plains cow and talk to it.
I'm gonna put a
Right,
big
right.
fat no on that one.
Yeah, I'm just more or less curious
Uh.
if that would be fucking possible, because I know in character Boomy could probably fucking ask that. I just
I'm-
wanted to know ahead of time.
Well,
I'm
I
hoping
mean,
it's old enough to the point where it can eat grass.
You don't
Let's go
know.
hoping.
I never got to explain that. You'll have to see.
Yeah, you'll
If not,
have
find
to
a way
see.
to feed it. We shall
Because if
feed
it's
it.
not, we're gonna have to find a fucking way to wean this bitch.
We need to set it back out into the wild and not deal with another pet. Is what
Oh,
we need to do.
I cannot wait for this debate. This is gonna be funny.
Okay, I gotta go get a drink. I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
go take a break, guys. Go take a break.
As of this moment, because of how far and probably like how far you guys took this calf and how far the other female is, there's next to nil to fucking find the other female to try and get the
Oh my-
calf to go with the other female.
Oh, I can try and find that. That won't be too hard to find.
I did not expect that.
I didn't. You think anybody
shouldn't-
expected this?
Everybody will scream at Rumi.
She rolled a natural 20. What am I supposed to do?
Especially Maddie, because it's like you took a baby cow we cannot take care of.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
You took a calf we cannot take care of.
Oh, I
Ketchum's
can.
already morally conflicted because he accidentally killed the guy, and now Maddie's doing something that his book specifically tells to fucking kill anyone who does so. And now we're just taking calf. Like, no, he told to piss off, and it's like, let's just take this calf and train it to pull our wagons. Like, there's a reason why I didn't take it. If that was the case, I would have just gotten you the actual bull.
Yeah, if that was the case, you could have fucking just killed the bull and leave the females.
Oh, this is gonna be funny. I just wanted it as a food source for you guys, but it's turned into something way more than I thought.
It's
I love it.
D&D. The DM puts the pieces there, and the fucking players are supposed to do semi-decent jobs at doing whatever they want with those items.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So,
No.
as of this moment, we have now a dilemma of, are we just gonna leave this calf out in the wild to die? Are we gonna kill it like its mom and eat it? Or are we gonna attempt to take care of this thing?
I mean,
I
veal
could
is
just kill it,
veal is very tasty.
It's very true. And
very
honestly,
tender.
the dragons, they would fucking love that.
Yeah.
We'll have to see, but that's an argument for you guys when the game comes back.
Oh boy,
God.
Mallow
Yeah.
won't be excited.
Yeah, but now it's time to take a break, guys, if you need one. So I'm sitting here watching chat, kind of deal.
Mm.
So,
So
and
how
I'd
does that
like,
for
huh?
me?
What?
I'll be right back.
Go on.
Yeah. But yeah,
God.
so we'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I would like to reiterate once more that there will be no session next week due to my work schedule because of COVID. Being an essential worker, it has kind of put us in a bind, so unfortunately, there will be no session next week. But, you know, I now have something to write about a cow.
Of course you do. Whether
So-
or not we killed this thing or not.
Mm-hmm. How now, brown cow?
I don't want to kill it. It's a baby.
It's nature, man.
I mean, we already killed his mother. It'd be a way if we caught it and not the mother, I say kill it. But we already killed the mother. We still have plenty of meat.
Here you go, Zorn.
And I have a male plains cow.
Exactly, sorry. But we'll have to see what happens then. So,
I mean,
Sarah, do you need a break, or are you pretty good?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I just needed to break off the start because for some reason, as of late, streaming, the moment we start streaming, I suddenly just get anxiety attacks for no reason now, and I don't know why.
Oh, am I that spooky? Come on.
No, I don't know why. It's just I
Just
just have to sit and mute and just kind of relax for a little bit, and I'll slowly calm down, and then I'm good for the rest of the session. It's just the initial start just suddenly got me worked up this time.
Gotcha.
I don't know why. It's my anxiety. It hates me so.
I mean, well, yeah, anxiety does, do horrendous things to a body.
Yeah. Especially since I just ate, because it made me feel like it was my stomach problems, but then I realized I can't breathe.
That's a pretty big one.
Yeah, I can't breathe. It's not stomach pain, but it feels like stomach pain that kind of goes into the chest area. But no, it's just specifically I can't breathe. So it's like, oh, it's my anxiety. I best mute and just kind of lean back for a little bit.
Fair enough, fair enough. But I got a glass of water now, so hopefully my voice can hold out a little bit longer.
Mm.
Sorry about that.
I have Carl.
Are you taking a page out of my book as a necromancer?
Milbo suggested I needed to name him because it was law.
It's
law
not-
for
It's not law, it's just something I did as a joke.
I'm back.
it is law.
All right, fair enough.
What is law?
I am
Naming the undead.
I am the law.
I am the law.
Yes. But is-
Law.
yeah, but is everybody ready to continue?
Yeah.
I will pull a Vix and I will name all of my undead.
Nice. All right, but Sour's ready. Mallow's ready. Fen, are you ready?
I want to keep
I'm
Carl.
ready. I'm ready.
I want to
Okay.
keep Carl for as long as I can.
All right, but as we start our adventure again, Kiatrin and Boomy, you guys eventually make your way back. As you get close to the camp, you do stay away with the carcass a little bit. But the Maddie and Mallow, the one thing you'll notice is the plains bull, actually, that Boomy has does seem to perk up a little bit as you both hear a low, basically mooing as eventually Boomy comes trundling in holding a baby plains cow.
Maddie just immediately sits up and goes, "You do?
What?
What did you do this time?"
Kiatrin hunted and killed the plains cow,
Mhm.
and this was also with it, I assume.
You took a baby.
I mean, Kiatrin killed the mother.
But
What do you expect us to do with a calf?
I mean, feed it, train it.
Has it been?
as a pet?
Put it down, please.
I carefully put it down. I took the rope off his leg, hopefully by now.
That's up to you.
Can I check?
I'll take
to
the rope off its leg before putting it down, but I'll make sure I get it around its neck, like at the collar.
Okay.
Can I check to see how old it is?
Make me a nature check. 18. With your affinity for animals, and looking at the bull, you can definitely tell it is a very young animal.
Mhm.
It was probably, if you had to guess, it'd be about 2 to 3 months old at this point.
2 to 3 months, so still in the weaning, so still in like the nursing phase.
It's getting to be about that age where it's getting close, maybe, but it would definitely require some work. It might be just basically an early wean in your
Early weaning.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Boomy, I will tell you, this calf still requires milk. If anything, this would be a very, very early weaning phase for it if we keep this thing. It still requires Mama's milk for a little while longer.
With my
It's like a
apparent-
couple. It's probably a couple months old.
With my apparent knowledge of animal handling, would I know how to do the weaning on this?
That's more of animal handling is more specific for handling an animal. It would
and
be
caring
more of a
for it.
yeah.
By nature.
It would be more of a nature check on that one.
I will do a nature check then.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's calling me. 1 second.
Yeah, Mother Nature telling you to fucking put it back.
While that happens, while that's going on, Kitchen, let's go to you real quick.
Yeah, I'm making sure to carve up the corpse as best I can.
Okay. Go ahead, give me a survival check.
His Maddie is just looking at Mallow and going, "I can't believe they brought a calf home."
Mhm.
Natural 20. 31.
Do I find gold in this cup?
Mallow's reaction. Put
Yeah.
put a gold in chat.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no. However, you get some prime cuts. You know exactly where you're going with this. I mean,
I'm back. I missed.
yeah. Hold on. We'll get to you in a second. Kitchen, as you are just carving this up, it's gonna take you some time, but with just each expert cut with your dagger, the meat is just coming off, and Aurora's like kind of helping get out of the way along with Kuznath and everything. It's gonna be about a 10-minute job to get
I give
most.
them both a little snack.
Oh, yeah,
bits
they kind of set some meat off to the side, as they're kind of looking at it. All right, and now we'll go back to them. So you got about 10 minutes of doing that, okay?
Okay. After 10 minutes, I do want to use some of that 10 minutes for something.
Okay.
Nature.
Yep. But we're going back to Boomy real quick.
So we're gonna make a quick nature check.
Yep.
Yes.
9. I'm just rolling horribly.
Yeah.
I have +4, which is decent.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Boomy didn't really work with that many young animals in the mines.
Hey, Maddie, do you think you could help me with that?
Honestly, I was expecting you to ask.
Okay, look, it's either we try to raise this stuff, let it loose back in the wild to be eaten by wolves. By the way, that direction we found wolf tracks, so keep an eye out and watch.
Mm-hmm.
Or we kill it.
Honestly, by this point, if you really want this calf, we need to get some way of getting milk from it. I mean, Keatron's carving the cow already, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of saw Keatron drag something very large off to the side of the camp. Like, I would say about... Actually, no, you wouldn't. You don't have dark vision. You never saw him.
No, I never saw him.
Mallow would have seen him, though.
Yeah.
Would you know how to wean it?
Honestly, I don't think I would. Would I have to make a roll for that?
Oh dear.
Yeah, you would.
What would I have to roll for this?
Nature. As you have, again, living in the forest, you were able to tend to some animals, especially growing up alone a little bit, and with your recent knowledge. And for the most part, you don't know exactly what it needs, but it definitely needs its normal diet, at least to start coming into its body, along with the milk on some variety. But
Yeah.
I mean, it is possible. For the most part, though, it's going to be very, very difficult right now.
Yeah, Maddie just looks at Boomy and goes, I can try. I have experience with trying to raise small animals.
Well,
But
do
the
you
one
think
thing
you
I could
can?
say, I could try, but it'll be really hard. The one thing I need to know for sure is Keatron still has the mother, I'm guessing?
Yes, he does. He's over that direction.
The only thing I can think of is being that its mother is the thing that is feeding it. We could try and harvest some of the milk from the body before he gets rid of it. And we could try and use that for a short time and slowly introduce it to grass as we run out of the milk.
We could probably try that.
This feels morbid, but you
The
know
one
what?
thing I'll need is I need a container to hold some of the milk in.
I have a pot. I have a cooking pot.
Cooking pot. I need something that it can, like, suckle
And a
from.
bag of colding. So we can preserve it, at least. Suckling from, this is gonna sound morbid, but we could maybe use the hide of the mother to make it like a pouch.
I mean, we could tan some of the hide and probably turn
And-
it into a water skin, a really large water
I
skin.
have a water skin. We just use that.
You need a really big water skin to feed a calf.
I've always wanted to take care of kids, but this feels too morbid for my liking.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna get my pot and I'm gonna tie this calf up. Mallow, you watch the camp, and I'm gonna take the pot, and I guess me and Maddie will go see if we can harvest that milk.
Yeah, we need just the one thing right now is if we could get enough milk that could last us at least a little bit, we could slowly get it off of it as our limited resource of milk goes down. That's the only thing I can think of. It's gonna be hard, but we need to try and get this calf onto grass as quickly as possible before this thing dehydrates / starves and dies.
And the other option is to kill it.
Yes.
Okay, let's
But-
go.
Okay, I'm following Boomy.
I
All right,
tie the
Boomy,
calf
how
up,
are you?
get my-
How are you tying the calf?
to the cartwheel?
Okay.
The axle. Rear
Immediately
axle.
as you tie it to there, it immediately pulls back and is just straining against the rope, trying to get away.
You poor thing.
It's not really mooing as much, but you can definitely tell it is not happy where it is right now, as it's just straining away from it.
I'll move it closer to my bull.
This,
Eh?
Question. Seeing Boomy trying to move it closer to the adult male, would I know that's not a good idea?
It's tamed and very docile bull.
It's still a male that
Go
you're
ahead,
introducing a foreign cap to.
roll me another nature check on this one. You're not really familiar with the plains cow species, so
No, but I at least know that
16.
some males react to cat. I know for a fact that some males react poorly to babies that aren't theirs.
yeah. 16, I mean, depending on how close Boomy's getting to it, roll me an insight. Roll me an insight.
Like, I'm not gonna. I'm planning to put it like where they can see each other, but the ropes aren't long enough to reach each other.
Well,
18.
yeah, 18. As you're watching Boomy tether it a little closer to the male, you can tell that the male is definitely curious, but it's not hostile at this point.
Okay.
You get the feeling, as it's been, especially you being one of a druid persuasion, you get the feeling this isn't the first calf it's been around that it hasn't seen before.
Okay. So,
And I guess we'll go get our equipment and go see if we can rush over to where they're butchering the corpse.
Okay. Maddie will look at Mallow and go, as Boomy said, try to make sure it doesn't get loose. It looks like we're gonna have to raise another quadruped.
Okay. I'll try to keep it positive. I'll keep a smile up. I'll keep an eye on the cow. You go on ahead.
And if anything happens, please tell me.
I'll always tell you.
Okay. And Maddie's gonna try and follow Boomy.
Keep an eye on the cow.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Very frustratingly, at least.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. All right. Keatron, we're gonna cut back to you real quick.
Cool. So during that 10 minutes, he's obviously like cutting stuff up. One of the things he's gonna do is he's gonna like feed Aurora some like a snack, and then feed Goosenap a snack, and look at Goosenap and be like, "No, if you're not really feeling all that great, you can talk to someone, right?"
She kind of stops chewing for a second on the bloody piece of meat that you gave her and just goes, I know. That's why I'm talking with Aurora.
Yeah. Do you mind if I ask? Or should I just stick out of it? Because it's quite apparent that something's bothering you.
As she looks at you, she just kind of looks to Aurora. Blood's kind of dripping down their face a little bit, so it's a little comical, but it's also it's also a reminder that they're not necessarily the how would you say, easiest things to care for. And she just looks at you and just sighs and just goes, "It's Boomy."
I'm back.
She's
Whatever.
she's hot-headed, and it when I was being controlled by Thymor, all I wanted to do was kill her, because of every little arrogant thing she's done, every little just me thing she has done. I just wanted it to shut up and to just go away. And the easiest way I saw in that time was to just end her life.
Yeah.
And she expects me to go back to normal after that. Just realizing everything and just she just immediately just gets up and just scrapes the ground just in anger.
Well, it is quite difficult to relate. I've had to do something similar. Where after I had hurt Aurora in some way, shape, or form, after I'd taken that deal with the gem, I wasn't expected to go back to normal, and I know Aurora certainly didn't feel comfortable in that scenario. But everything was done with goodwill. Now, granted, Bumi's not exactly. He like looks over to where she's holding the calf. It's like she's got a good head on her. She just needs to learn how to use it properly. A little bit insensitive towards others, but in time that will hopefully come through.
Yeah. Kuzneth kind of sighs and goes back to munching. And at this point, Kitron, as you look back over to the party, you see them walking towards you.
Oh, fuck.
Maddie just with a look of, oh god.
I have a torch up, and I'm like, my ears are burning. What's going on over here?
We're talking about how. Why the fuck did you bring a calf?
Well, you killed its mother. What are you gonna do? Just leave it out there to die?
There was two
And-
mothers and a bull out there.
And it was coming towards you, and not the direction of the other cows.
I ushered it away. That was its choice if it decided to follow us.
Well, I will tell you right now that with my experience with young animals, this calf is 2 months old. Aroundish, 2 or 3 months.
Ish.
Ish.
Okay, Maddie, think you can harvest what we need from this cow? It's still
Depends.
intact enough.
Katrin, do you still have the udder intact?
As Kitron stares blankly out into the.
As the family comes around and is like, "Hey, you want food?"
I want
Well,
food.
chocolate actually, because Mum didn't want chocolate for Mother's Day,
Oh.
so I got it. Yep.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
good. So what's going on? Sorry, I was off in my own little world.
When you carved up the cow, did you keep the udder intact?
No, why?
Okay, this is gonna be a lot
I've been-
harder.
We should
I've
do
been
for
covering
you.
up everything.
What did you do with the udder?
He points towards Kuzneth and Aurora. They look like they needed a snack.
We needed the udder.
Well,
Because Boomy wants to care for this thing, and if the udder was intact, we could
Oh, no,
harvest
yeah,
some of the
what?
milk
are you
and give
kidding?
it to it.
But it's either that, let it back out in the wild for wolves to eat, or to starve to death, or kill it ourselves.
I can probably go out and see if I can find the mother and the bull it was with.
You want to do that?
I can probably do that, but you guys need to finish carving this up.
Oh god, Kitron's going cow tipping.
Cow tipping! But as
Look at that,
Morless,
sure.
Maddie just looks at him and goes, well, Boomy really wanted to raise this, and the only thing I could think of is I can probably raise this, but the one thing we need is milk. Even if we have a limited supply, it is old enough to lately wean this thing into eating grass.
Well,
If Boomy really wants to keep it, but since you got rid of the udder, we have no milk to go from.
I don't think it's a very smart idea to try and keep.
I thought if you had a second plains cow, it would help with the pulling the car easier.
He like looks at the the calf. So you want to?
We'd raise
couple
it.
months- So we're
We'd
going to raise it
first.
while chasing after your mother.
To leave it in some place and have them help raise it.
And
We're already traveling out here. We're not doing
Boomy.
what I want anyway. If you want to take the calf and see if you can find its herd, go right ahead.
Or what I
So-
could probably.
No, no,
What?
no.
Uh.
So we're not doing what you want. All right. I'm going to go see if I can get in contact with Fingers, and we're going to head down to Marquette and see if we can go find my family then.
I just turn around and leave.
And he just sighs.
Don't walk away from this argument. You're the one who wanted to rush into it, and now you're dragging us along with this and trying to bring a cow. A calf.
Look, I thought it might be a good idea. We could either keep it and train it, or maybe sell it. I didn't think about like if it was too young or not.
You
We can kill it
often
for
don't.
more meat right now. It's always an option. It was just an idea, okay? The idea can't be done. If you want to try to look for its family, go right ahead. I won't stop you. I thought if we had more pack animals, it could make traveling easier.
Yes, we're going to make a calf that is a couple months old drag the thing around. We don't
Did you
even have
mention
time
we
to do
would raise it and train it first? They won't.
raise.
keep
What,
it
what time do we
dead.
have to raise and train a calf? What
We're
time?
traveling. We're always traveling. We're with us all the time, pretty much.
It'll be a few years before it's old enough.
Exactly.
Fine, I'll take it over there and shoot it. How about that? I don't
I
care.
would rather give it a chance to possibly grow up.
Well, then go
That's
take
why
it
I
and
didn't-
look for its family.
Shall.
The one
Ugh.
thing I was going to suggest, Katrin,
What?
is that if you can find its family, I could turn into a plains cow and lead it. As well as probably give it comfort and not have it be so fucking terrified.
Maybe. Would be possibly the best option.
If I can get it to follow me on its own, because I look like a plains cow, I can lead it back to the other female if you find them, and then I could just vanish and probably turn into a small bat and find my way back.
Alright. Just. Like looks to Boomy. Never. Ever say that we don't do anything for you. Because that is the furthest thing from the truth. And he's gonna go over towards the calf and see if he can. Hopefully, he doesn't panic. Because that's the thing.
It's
You
pulling
got me
against.
by your side. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's,
gonna. I'm just gonna be in front of it and see what it does. See if I can
It's-
get close to it for whatever.
I mean, it's
reason.
pulling against the rope trying to get out of there.
Can I make an
Yeah.
animal handling check to see if I can get it to calm down for the moment?
You can certainly try.
In the meanwhile, Maddie is gonna just kind of study or try to study the fucking plains bull and the whatever remains of the plains cow and see if she could try to mimic a plains cow perfectly.
I mean, you have the plains cow. You've seen how it looks. I mean, you can choose
Yeah.
the patterning.
22.
You kind of get low to the ground, Kiatrin, and kind of make yourself a little less intimidating, and just inch slowly forward. You know, you keep your hands at your sides, and you just seem a little more calm. And eventually, you're able to get up and touch it. It's still scared and trying to get away from the wagon, but as you kind of gently, hold it, it doesn't seem to shy away as much. It definitely jumps a little, but it seems to calm down a little bit.
I'm going to spend an hour with it and doing this just to see if I can get it to sort of somewhat trust me.
Okay, it's approaching 10 o'clock by the time that would happen. Just so you know.
I know. I'm going to have to go out and I'm going to have to find this calf's mother in the night.
Yeah, Maddie's willing to stay up a little while longer than she should to help. She's gonna turn into a solid brown plains cow.
Actually, we'll do this in the morning. I'm just going to make sure it's fine. I'm going to do it
Okay.
tonight. That would be smarter.
And before Maddie goes to bed, she's gonna fucking recast the animate dead spell before this thing fucking attacks her.
Fair enough. It's very easy. You just spend that spell slot, basically.
Yeah, and I'll
just,
get it back in the morning anyways.
Yeah, and just so you know, every time you use a third level, every time you use a third level, you can control up to 4 of them.
Up to 4 of them, yeah.
Yeah, so
I know.
each spell. So, all right.
Yeah, I just don't know if there's any others around me.
You haven't seen any.
Yeah, I haven't seen any, so there's only one. So
I'm just letting you know. Okay.
yeah, I know I can control up to 4, and then an additional like 1 per spell slot, but
Mm-hmm.
But no.
Alrighty. But as are you guys taking watch tonight?
How much meat did we get from the plains cattle that he was butchering?
Oh, Jesus Christ. You guys got... I mean, after
Guys.
Aurora and Kuznets had their fill that night, you guys got... I mean...
I have a bag of colding, so we can always store leftovers.
Yeah. Let me
20.
put... Let me
31.
put... No. This is a very large animal. We're talking close to almost a ton, like, in weight. Between the
And I got
meat and
I got a
everything...
nat 20 on it.
Yeah, I would say you guys got close. I'm trying to remember my cuts and everything from meat class.
Is it meat class?
In college I took a meat class for butchering. It's an actual thing. Anyway, make a long story boring. You got about, after they had their fill, you got about 500 pounds of meat.
How much can fit in the bag of colding?
Hold on.
It's like a bag of holding, so would it hold the same amount?
No, it holds less.
Okay.
It holds a lot less, but it keeps it preserved.
Yeah.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's around about 250 to 500. I don't remember. Because
All
it's
I know-
meant for like large cuts and heads and stuff like that.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, you can hold about 250 pounds of meat in there.
Okay, so I'll stuff that full, and we'll prepare some tonight for food, and I like to attempt to fashion together a simple like thing to.
Yeah, so basically, Boomy, just so you know, you have, in fresh meat right now, you have about 125 worth of rations, theoretically. In fresh meat.
Okay.
Eat your heart out, Stumble.
Oh, quiet.
I'm joking.
I
I'm
need to
joking.
put a note with that so I know it's approximately 125 rations.
Mm-hmm. But that's a fresh meat. Make sure you say fresh. It's not actual rations like trail-dried stuff.
The bag of colding should last long enough. Like, I want to take some of the leftovers we have for the night. Probably a lot of it might go to waste.
Yeah, you got 500 pounds of it.
We got a couple days before it would go to rot.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to attempt to, over the course of the night, to basically set up, before we go to bed, set up a simple kind of rack over the smoldering fire to try to make basically dried meat with some of it.
All right, that will use the rest of your supply of wood.
How much dried meat can I make out of the last 250 pounds of not in the bag?
Roll me a
Assuming we probably had,
survival.
Survival? Okay.
Yeah, to see how you set this up. Because this is going to take time, and you got to make sure that someone is manning the fire at all hours of the night.
20. Soft
20. You could probably get about another 50 pounds out of it.
And I assume we ate. Okay.
You would have...
Okay, I'll make sure the fire is keeping a nice low, smoky fire.
No, you need a hot fire to dry
Hot
meat.
fire. Yeah, keep a hot fire. And okay. By the way, Keitron, just so you know, I'm keeping the bag of holdings in my cart. That's what the meat is.
Okay.
In the dried meat, I will put in it basically becomes dried meat rations.
Yeah, it's gonna take you a good portion to the morning. Because for meat to dry out like that, it's gonna take you a couple hours. Not a
And I
couple.
will
I'm
warn
sorry, not a
people
couple
with the
hours.
smell of the meat. We gotta keep an eye out for predators.
Yeah, this is an undertaking. This will take you about till 10 o'clock the next morning.
He's the one. He's trying to get an entire cow. That was literally a ton of meat.
Well, you're also the one cooking it. You could have just, let it. So,
Well, I don't want to let it go to rot. We might as well preserve so we have a good amount of rations.
up to you. I'm giving you the options to do it. So you
I'm
have no
doing
wood left, all right, in that cart.
Okay, find more wood.
Yeah, it's going to take you till 10 o'clock in the morning, all right?
Gotcha.
So you're going to lose some travel time to do this.
That's fine.
Okay.
We have already traveled for an extra hour anyway, so.
All right. But who's taking
Made up.
watching it? No, you didn't travel an extra hour tonight.
I don't know. Last night we did. So.
Very true. All right. Who's taking watch?
I will take first again.
Okay.
I'll take last again as normal.
Sorry, family again.
Okay.
Actually, I'll have a shift with Boomy. Just
Okay.
so we can have that talk.
Okay. Keitron,
What am I getting?
are you taking watch or are you just ignoring it?
I'll take watch.
Okay.
Wait,
I don't know who's first, second, and third.
how much rations is 50 pounds of jerky?
That'd be 25. Each ration is 2 pounds.
Gotcha.
Okay, so which one are you taking, Keitron? Sorry.
I don't know who's got first, second, third.
I have first again.
First?
Mallow's with
Me
Boomy.
and Boomy have 4. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take second.
Okay.
And I guess we let the dragons sleep tonight.
They got third.
Yeah, they get third.
Okay.
Unless you don't want them to. They can.
They can take third. Got it.
All right. Alrighty. I would like Maddie to roll at disadvantage, please.
I was gonna ask, can I turn into a bat for my shift?
Yes, you can.
Okay, then I am bat for my shift, so I don't get disadvantage.
Fair enough. Yes, you have blind sight. For how much?
I have actually 60 feet of dark vision as a bat. Hold on, let me look. I have 60 feet of blind sight, sorry.
Yep, because it's echolocation, so.
Yeah.
All right, which you
So-
have advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Do it at disadvantage. No, I say advantage. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a bat.
Yeah, but yeah, she got a
No.
12.
I'm the
Okay.
Batman.
Yeah, I know.
All
I
right.
was rolling so good for my fucking perception earlier, and I suck.
I know. I'm sorry, honey. All right. The big thing about it is you're not able to hear much because Boomy has a roaring fire, going, trying to make sure that this meat dries tonight, and it's very distracting to your sensitive bat ears. For the most part, it's kind of like giving off a little bit of interference, but nothing seems to happen in your watch as you're kind of just flitting about here and there.
Okay. So I guess I'll go back and wake up Keitron.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that I fell asleep next to the calf.
Mm.
1 minute.
Don't you get attached to this thing?
I'm not. I'm making sure it trusts me so therefore I can actually carry it without squirming and mooing.
Maddie, as you go to wake Keitron, the calf is literally laying right on top of him.
Aww. As Maddie just flutters over, and she's just gonna gently land on his tusks and just kind of poke at him.
Oh. Okay.
The calf is on top of you right now.
Yep.
And Maddie just kind of flies away from his face and goes up back to Boomy's cart and finds a place to kind of cuddle up on the ground, then turns to normal.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Kind of-
try and first of all unhitch the rope from the axle so that can't get tangled or anything.
Easy enough.
And then I'm gonna try and use my trunk to gently put it on the ground beside me instead of on me.
Okay, just give me a stealth roll.
And pass without a trace. That won't help me.
Mm,
I mean, it will, technically.
it will, but
Yeah, fuck it, I will. I don't want to wake this thing up.
all right. You haven't got a full rest yet, so
I know. 18.
18.
Thank God.
Even though the calf is on top of you,
Hmm.
somehow you're able to lift its body up with your trunk and kind of just squirm your body out from under it while just holding it up, and you kind of just gently put it down towards the ground.
Hmm.
You beat him by 1 with that pass without a trace. He
Yep.
rolled a motherfucking 17, and he's got a +0.
Goddamn. Thank God for that. Okay. I'm gonna stay near it. But I'm gonna take my perception now.
Okay, as you kind of start scanning the perimeter for the watch, the fire is. Are you taking care of the fire?
Was he told to?
I mean, Boomy made a big show of it, putting it all together. You see the meat on there.
I'll make sure to tend to it at least once.
Okay. Roll me a perception check then.
Well, because I'm gonna, as I will be getting along full rest, probably. I'm gonna, because if I'm not mistaken, the goggles give me an extra 60 feet. So I'm gonna use night vision, dark vision, so I have 120 feet.
Hold on. Let me double check that.
I will.
Night vision, goggles.
Fire.
Did I just? Do I have that actually in the?
Goggles at night. While wearing these dark lenses, you have dark vision up to out to a range of 60 feet. If you already have dark vision, wearing the goggles increases your range by 60 feet.
Then yes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you have 120 dark vision right now.
Yep.
All right, 15. Hold on a minute. Okay. All right. As you're watching throughout the night, nothing's really catching your attention, and eventually you're kind of yawning. And as you look over towards the Plains Bull, you see 2 yellow eyes peering back from the grass.
Damn it.
They're just peering.
Yeah. I'll get up, see if it shifts in at all, if he moves.
I also just realized I forgot to order my fucking skeleton.
Yeah, it's just standing there.
He's just sitting there.
Mm-hmm. All right, and yeah. But anyway, Keitron, the eyes don't move; they're just looking at you.
I'm gonna take a torch from the fire and hold it up as I walk towards. See if it does anything.
Are you keeping the goggles on?
Yeah.
All right. As you walk forward, the eyes seem to slink back into the grass a little bit, but you can still see them.
Sort of. I'm gonna wave the torch, be like, "Yet."
The eyes kind of look at you. They just blink.
Yet.
And eventually, as you keep persisting with the get out of here, I want you to make me another perception check.
Okay. $17.
As you start to finally get it to go away, you see what it is. A pure white wolf
Oh shit, that's pretty.
immediately runs away off into the grass. And as you're looking, suddenly you hear some snarling behind you, and you look back thinking the camp's under attack, but as you look back, you see that over by the plains cow, there's 2 more wolves there. Appear to be young. As they make away with some of the meat that you cut and left.
That's fine. I was gonna... If it didn't leave, I was actually gonna go get some meat from the corpse and go end it.
Mm-hmm. But those 2
Okay.
wolves appear to be more of a calico colored. You can see the white, but you can definitely see that there's some gray and black in them.
Out of curiosity, how many pounds did he get away with?
You don't know.
Damn it! I was like, I'm keeping track of it on my character sheet. How many pounds we have?
Mm-hmm.
And find out when we wake up.
I mean, you can
That's
find out if you
that's
want to know.
not okay. That's not the cooked meat or anything right now that's being
Yeah,
cooked
that's
right
just
now.
the raw. I mean, yeah, that's just the raw meat. I have
Yeah,
that
it's
also
just
on
the
my
raw
sheet
meat.
of how much we have.
Mm-hmm. So
Hmm.
after that, I mean, it's pretty uneventful watch.
Well, okay. He'll... Just in case they come back, he's gonna take, like... How much meat is left on this corpse?
Do you go walk over there?
Yeah, I'll go walk over there, see what else is there.
As you go walk over there, the first thing you notice is there is a bunch of flies that have started to gather on this corpse.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with the meat there, they are starting to pick at it. You can see that about 20, you would estimate about 20 pounds of meat has been bitten and torn and chewed into. It looks like when you saw them, they got away with basically about 20 pounds of meat.
Yeah. I'll cut off maybe about 10 more pounds, then toss it into the darkness before it going off.
You just toss
I'm
it
not
out.
using it. Now toss it out.
Mm-hmm.
If they come back, they'll have something else to feast on before, instead of going after us.
Yeah.
And
All right.
then I'll finish my watch.
Yeah. Again, very uneventful.
Yeah. I believe Maddie, not Maddie, fucking Boomy and Mallow was next,
Up to you.
I think. No, it was Aurora. My bad. Yep, I was right. Okay. I'm gonna go over and wake up the dragons.
They kind of yawn lazily. They seem to be having enjoyed their meal very tremendously. They seem to be a little lazy at this point. It's just like, yeah.
Okay. Just keep an eye out. There are wolves around. Seems like cubs.
They kind of just wave you off. It's just like, oh, wolves, easy.
Yeah. Don't. They come in. By all means, rip them apart. But just don't cause a commotion.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Don't make a mess.
They kind of yawn tremendously. All right.
I'm gonna go back and put the cow back on me.
Yep.
As best I can.
I would say you just snuggle up to it.
That works.
Yeah. It kind of, puts its head into your lap a little bit more. You kind of just hold it.
Yep.
All right. I need a perception from Aurora and Kuzneth.
Shall do.
$18.24. Okay. Well. All right. As they take their watch, eventually, Mallow, you feel something shake you, and Boomy, you hear a knock on your door as you two are both woken up by the dragons.
I get ready and
Perfect.
come out and tend to the fire to make sure it's still going good.
Yeah, it's definitely died down a little bit, but it was enough that the smoke was keeping most of the bugs away, and you kind of like reignite it, especially with the long grass. You're kind of just like cutting great swaths of it to burn very hot. And Mallow, you're shaken awake by Aurora.
Yeah, and I awaken, like, oh, yay, my turn. I'm excited. You two rest now. Pretty sure me and the goblin can handle this.
Goblin. I'm just a goblin now.
Aurora just goes, and just kind of curls up right there. She seems very tired, especially having eaten her fill.
Of course.
Same thing with Kuznaz. She just kind of like plops down like next to the wagon wheel and just eventually goes to sleep.
Of course. So,
Yeah,
it's
Boomy.
me and the Boomy.
Yeah, Boomy comes
just
about
sitting,
10 minutes later. Haven't gotten her armor on.
checking the fire and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, Boomy, what made you even consider bringing a baby? Like, I understand the reason of wanting to raise it, do something with it.
It was an idea, okay? I just thought either we could sell it, we could use it as emergency meat supply if we honestly really had to. It just seems like a waste to leave it out there to die.
You could just ask us to try to find a mother at that time and moment. But, very well.
At that time and moment, had to bring it back to camp, and then we had a conversation about it.
Very well. Still,
Kitchens has gotten attached.
yeah. Maybe it's because Ketrin didn't try to hook it into a rope.
Whatever. You said you wanted to talk.
Yes, I indeed have to. Because it feels like you're a bit on edge lately.
I have a lot on my mind, okay?
Yes. And it's best for you to explain it out, and I can be as blunt as possible to you. I think you need it.
Explain what? Exactly.
I don't know. He seemed all upset that we didn't go on ahead with your plan instead of
Look,
our.
I'm just scared, okay?
You are scared. But what about us? Should you be worried on what happens to us if we just went in and got absolutely eaten by those big toothy monsters? Which
Oh,
honestly
please,
sounds
we
really
fought
great.
we killed dragon. I'm sure something that can't even breathe fire would not be as dangerous.
Oh, we are still very unprepared. And still, we don't know what will happen.
Look,
And plus, look,
I
your
get it. I
dragon-
get it. I just don't. Zorn posting stuff in chat. I'm not having a serious moment. Zorn be a troll in chat.
Laughs at dinosaur.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry. Look, I get it, okay? I get going in unprepared is a bad idea, but I just feel like I need to act. It's my mom. It's my mom.
It is your mom.
She's all I have. She's
And-
all I have left of my family.
Really? That's, to be blunt with you, Boomy, that sounds rather insulting.
Okay, you know what I mean.
Look, I understand.
Listen, I know the whole like, oh, we're such great friends, we're family thing is, and like, important. It's important to me, but she's literally my family, in the literal sense of the word.
Yep, and Ketrin also has a family he needs to take care of, but we need to take care of the dragons first, which you didn't feel all up and ready for that. Which,
I'm
honestly, how did
time.
Kuznat
It's
feel
time.
about that?
She wasn't happy, but it's the timing of the thing. Like, it had to happen right then. The longer we wait, the more chance of horrible stuff happening. That's what I'm worried about.
Horrible stuff will happen regardless.
Yeah,
And-
but we could stop it. Can we just talk about something else?
No, because you need to have things straight with you, Boomy. I I've been holding off with you for a good while, and I want to see you improve. You haven't changed quite a bit when I just got back over here after 3 months inside the Feywild. After the things you pulled, you've been pretty selfish. Oh, and let alone if you dare ask my wife to sleep in your bed, I will do things that you do not like.
What? That's supposed to mean.
I don't know.
I offered
give
you
you-
both if you wanted to use my bed.
It more sounded like you tried to bring Maddie over in.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Sit.
You
Really?
want to get the hand? Okay, I'm sorry. It's inappropriate.
Oh dear. But seriously, you need to change yourself. And I just want to
trying. It's
explain
hard.
Is
Okay.
it really that hard?
Growing up how I have is a little bit difficult to change.
Well, maybe you should still keep trying at it. What you've been pulling hasn't been so showing of that.
I just want my mom back. I went years thinking she was dead. And I learned she's alive. And I've learned that she's in a place where we can reach and to save her. And now I'm told we have to wait. Wait, well, as far as I know, she could be being killed right now.
She could as well have been killed even when we progressed over there as quickly as possible. There's no
Please don't say
idea.
that.
Being honest, I'm sorry, but still, care about those around you right now, and we will be down to save your mother.
I've been-
Just pray that you can learn and try not to act
pray.
as selfish, please. I've done some bad stuff. Ketrin has done some bad stuff. Maddie has done some bad stuff. We've all screwed up greatly. But it's for us to learn. Please learn from the Hetboomy. We are a team. It isn't just all about how you feel.
I know, okay? Is that
It's-
so often people don't seem to care how I feel. Like, oh, it's not how you feel, but at least you can do is care how I feel and try to understand how I feel.
Well,
I try to understand how other people feel. Doesn't work all the time. It's hard. I try. And I get it that we want to get Kuznap's wings back. I want that too. But it's the timing of all these events is all happening at once. It's getting a little too much, okay?
Very well. I guess I understand. I don't even know my own family. I've been raised up by them. Raised up by 2 humans. Glad for that. But I still want to see my family. But even if I get that info, I'm gonna still stick with my party. And I won't, try to leave them be or disagree with them.
If we learned that your family was being held somewhere, I would gladly help you go and get them.
And I'm glad to hear about that. I wanted to explain that to you. And by the way, maybe try to do stuff that will make Gooznap a bit better around you.
I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't. No, I didn't say that. I just mumbling to myself.
I squint at that before giving a loud sigh. Just cross my arms. I'll see how you feel, see how you change. But please, do change, and please understand what Kuznap is going through right now. I mean, having 2 limbs taken off is very horrible, and I don't think you want to... Look, I have a terrible lisp.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I've never heard you have a lisp.
Well, I can do it out right now if you want. I don't...
Nah, that's...
Alright,
I'll try,
Well-
okay?
very well. And with that, I should have pulled a perception check. I just realized we didn't do that yet.
Well, that's
We
where I
haven't
come
even
in
barely
now.
started our watch yet.
Yeah, you guys are kind of just starting it, so go ahead and make a perception check.
Very well.
You can talk and still look.
Okay.
All right, 10.
Yeah, but 10.
Ooh, excuse me.
I'm more concentrating on trying to keep the fire going.
Yeah,
And
definitely. You're more concentrating on that. Mallow, you're kind of...
Now it's making me feel emotions.
Yes, because we all must feel
Good.
emotions at a certain time in life. But now maybe the time for Boomy. But as that, the fire is definitely well taken care of. Obviously, Mallow, you're kind of having a little hard time with the whole trying to figure out where, I don't want to say directions are going, but just like going in and out of dark vision, especially with Boomy's roaring fire right now, is very, very hard to figure out, like distances and stuff. And so you're not having the most easiest time figuring out where threats would be coming from for the most part. But eventually the sun does rise in the morning.
Hey, Mallow?
Yep. What is it?
How come you don't call me by my name?
Luafe? Was it?
Yeah. I told you when you disappeared in us before that you could call me by my name if you wanted, and you just always call me Boomy.
Yes.
I did.
But I want to call you Luafe when I truly see that you have changed into someone that's not... Yeah. I've said my amount on it. I know your name. It's Luafe. But if you have proven yourself that you are a great person, you will have
So
my
you told
word.
me I had to
on me
earn your
calling you Luafe.
respect. I had to earn your respect before you you get to call me by my real name.
Ah, yes, definitely.
That seems a little messed up.
I think it will make you perhaps try to progress more on being a better person. I don't know.
I've been trying to change, okay? And part of that change is I would prefer people start calling me by my mother the name my mom gave me.
Then probably be more open about that. Maybe try to keep
I'll
correcting
try. It's
people.
just been a lot in my mind. Maybe I shall start telling people to do that.
Very well. But you still need to prove it for me to actually call you Luafe.
You just did right then.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna call you Boomy from now on.
Oh, you.
Like I'm a little piece of crud, you know that.
It's kind of time like I missed the old days. Back before you hated me.
Well, look, I kind of liked you before, but after all that happened, I've kind of grown a bit of... I know, there's a sour taste in my mouth somewhere. Can't get it out.
It must be your wife.
Did someone say sour?
Oh, she woke up.
But
Get
yeah.
out of here, player character.
Okay, bye.
All right. But as you guys are finishing up that conversation, Kietran, you awake for your morning exercises. The one thing that is definitely new is you start hearing a little moo, 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 as the calf is starting to wake up.
I'll keep a close eye on it.
Mm-hmm. It actually starts to follow you a little bit.
Yeah.
It's still a little skittish, but it's not running away in terror.
Yeah. As long as it's following me and not running off is the big thing.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely staying away from the meat and the fire right now.
Yeah.
Smart choice.
But eventually you all wake up, so what would you like to do this morning?
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah. Boomy, the fire's going to need a little bit more tending to, obviously.
I'll keep an eye on it, yeah.
Maddie's going to see what her bone boy is doing, probably just sitting there doing nothing, though.
It is just standing there doing absolutely shit all.
Okay.
Nothing happened last night.
I hope not.
I just imagine that's what the brony's like. Yeah.
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 But... All right.
Yes, queen.
Yeah, so you guys returning the cow? What you doing? What you doing? I need to know.
Okay.
I'm
Well-
practicing. I'm gonna see if I can. Now I've got to follow me.
Yeah, it seems to be paying a little attention to you.
Hmm.
And he's gonna go up to Kietran and ask, do you want to do that idea where I turn into a cow and you run ahead and try to find the herd?
Hmm. To be fair, it seems to be following me now. So it might be best if we just go looking.
Go looking. Okay.
Yeah. Could you maybe take you're good. You can look from the sky, can you not?
I can.
Can you see if you can find any small herds?
I can turn into an eagle and fly around.
Yeah, you're looking for a bull and one other full and baby.
Another cow and a calf.
Yep.
Okay.
A bull, a cow, and a calf.
Better hurry, or else they will think Ketron had its own mom.
Oh, please don't.
Oh yeah, please don't.
But it could happen.
Okay, I am
does.
going to then wild shape for this morning into a giant eagle,
Okay.
and I'm going to take off.
All right.
And I'm going to scout around to see if I can find the single bull, the single cow, and the single calf.
All right. Kietran, the one thing that happens though is the calf does freak out at the giant eagle transformation in front of it, and immediately runs up to your legs, kind of just mooing very lowly.
And give a little bit of a pat to its side. All right, head off.
It's shaking.
Yeah, and Maddie takes off to the skies
Oh,
with a soft squeak.
there's nothing soft about it. It's more of a squeak. You're a giant eagle. You're about as big as the cow's mother was at one point.
Yeah, I'm a giant eagle.
Ketchum just is pinching the top of it, like the ridge of his nose, and be like, "Is he trying to give it the heart attack? God damn it!"
All right, and I would like. How long are you searching, Maddie?
As long as it takes, honestly. I have 5 hours in this shape now.
Okay.
So
go
I can
ahead.
take up to like 4 if I really want to.
Okay, go ahead. Roll me a perception check with advantage, and you get to use your stats.
Because I have keen sight.
Yes, and you get to use your wisdom stats.
An 8.
Wow.
Wow, advantage! It's so great. That was shit.
1 and a 2.
Yeah. All right, Maddie. You take those 4 hours as you're searching around. You don't see any lone herds like that. In fact, you don't see any plains cows at all in this area. As you keep searching around, and you're coming up on your 4 hours.
She didn't get a second one after 2?
Well, it's up to her if she wants to continue.
I mean,
She
it's like-
rolled a 2.
I know. I'm just like, for 4 hours, that's...
for 4 hours. Yeah, I was expecting to take like
Oh.
periodical checks, like after an hour.
You know what?
then
Fair
after a
enough.
sec-
I will say that uses up 2 hours then. Uses up
Uses up
half
2
your
hours.
time.
that. I'd be okay if they use up 3 hours, because that's a fucking...
I will say
that's a
2.
bad roll.
I will say 2. Go ahead and roll again if you
Okay,
want.
for another 2 hours, then I'll give up.
All right. You originally needed a 10, but because you failed, it went up to a 15. Luckily, you were able to find it this time.
Okay, good.
As
Thank
you
God.
search around for about another hour, hour and a half, it's starting to muddle, and you know you're starting to run out of time. You eventually see a lone calf and a bull heading south, along with a cow. I'm sorry. You see the 3 members. You didn't get to see them when they were getting hunted, but you do see a family moving towards the south at a decent pace.
Okay, how far can I tell that I am away from Keatrin?
You're at that point with the perimeter searching and everything, you are they're about an hour south
An
at
hour
your
south.
at your speed.
My speed. Okay.
Which is a
and I have
60
one more hour to get back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Betty is going to let out the loudest squaw she ever can, and she's gonna head back towards Keatrin.
God damn it.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, well... Say
She
goodbye
wants
to
to
that
try and
family.
grab his attention.
Well,
you grabbed
he's
my
over
attention.
he's
You must
over
have
an
grabbed your
hour
attention.
away.
An hour away.
I mean, go ahead, roll me. This wouldn't be
You want me to roll a
performance.
perception?
Hold on. I want you, Maddie, to roll me because this is not performance. It's not intimidation. And it's not persuasion. So it's just a straight charisma roll.
Straight charisma.
Yep.
Natural 20.
Okay. So that could be good or bad.
Keatrin,
Yep.
I'm going to give you a perception check with disadvantage
Yep.
because she got a natural goddamn fucking 20.
14.
My elephant senses a tingling.
Yes. Basically, only your finely tuned, crafted ears could pick up that squawk. So far away down, you don't know how long it is, but you recognize the sound of an eagle somewhere off in the distance.
Well. It's like we go through. Okay, baby cow. I'm gonna try and reach down and. Will it let him pick him up? Pick it up?
I don't know. Are you trying?
He'll
Time
try.
to fucking saddle
Alright,
up my
roll me-
calf.
Roll me an athletics check.
Athletics?
Yep.
Can I make it animal handling to see if I can make it willing?
Picking it up is just straight athletics. If you want to handle it, you got to do that first.
Okay, I want to see if I can animal handle it to allow it to make it willing, so therefore there's no resistance.
Okay, roll me an animal handling.
So it's just a straight check.
And how are you doing this?
I'm sort of giving it like little pat scratches and then sort of being like, all right. And he'll sort of ease it into the position where he can like put his arms underneath like the front and the back as best he can.
Okay. Fucking 29. All right.
He's great with animals, funnily enough.
Apparently, as you just take your time with the cow, eventually you're able to pick it up. It doesn't squirm at all, as it just seems to be kind of like moozing, nuzzling around your body for something, trying to figure out something.
Hmm.
It
I'll
seems to
use
be-
my trunk to sort of keep it calm and rub its head as I look to the group and be like, I'll be back. Let me see if I can. What?
Should we just like head off and you meet us on the road?
Yeah, I'll catch up. As long as you
Okay.
stick to the road.
Let's stick to the road.
Don't
and be heavy.
worry. I'll keep an eye on Boomy.
Okay.
I'll stop packing up the camp and the supplies we got. And
Yeah,
what
about
should we
this.
do with the rest of the meat? Just leave it.
Possibly. There were some wolves that came by and took some.
Okay. We already
Just
got
leave-
like a lot of pounds of meat.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. I'll pack up the
Um,
jerky and make shit and stuff.
All right. It is getting to be, close to noon at this point.
We won't get
you-
a full day's travel, I guess.
Yeah, but you English. English is not my language.
Yes.
Yes. As you start packing up and getting everything all situated, hooking your bull up, you're gonna leave about 11 o'clock. Keatron starts running down. I'm assuming
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you're gonna be moving at half speed with this cow.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. Wait
He's
a
not
minute.
gonna risk trying to drop it, so
Yeah, wait. Hold on a minute.
he'll be happy to move half.
You have powerful build, don't you?
I do. I'm not over encumbered by holding.
Just roll me one athletics check.
Sure.
For like shits and giggles to see how well you can actually like get a hold of this thing.
Yeah,
11.
no, you're moving at half speed. You're not having the problem to lift it. It's more of it's just big and awkward.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure it's calm as well. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm going at 30 feet per second instead of 60.
Jesus, that's half his feet. Jesus.
And then of course he has his monk abilities too that he could use.
If he wanted, but I don't think he's going to.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
All right. Eventually, you two do see each other, Maddie. I mean, it's fairly obvious to spot Keatron when he's not trying to hide.
Well, yeah, of course. He's a big charcoal spot in a big grassy field.
Yeah, basically, and it's more of a brown. It's light brown on dark black. I mean, it's very easy to see. So
Yeah,
Oh,
and,
no,
and
right.
Maddie can feel that she is getting closer and closer to the end of her wild shape. She is slowly gliding her way back down to the ground,
all right, and
trying not to like poof out of wild shape too high in the sky. She doesn't mind hitting the ground at like a little bit of height, but not as high as she is currently.
I mean, you can land. You just would be not close to Keatron, but you know where he is, so you could make it to him.
And don't want
Yeah.
to snap your horse ankles.
No, I don't want to snap my horse ankles, but I also want to keep the herd in view too. So I'm like going low enough that if I do poof out, I won't hurt that bad, but I can still see the herd.
Mm.
Okay, so how high are you in the sky? I need to know.
Okay, I'm lowering down, so I'm at least say 30 feet off the ground.
30 feet.
Ooh.
Okay, just
So if I
need to
hit the
know.
ground, it'll only be 3d6
That you know of.
that I know of. I don't know how you judge it.
Well, you're also moving at a certain speed, so
Yeah.
all right. All right. So, how are you
But I'm
guys
like-
approaching this?
I'm keeping up just so I can try and make it there
Yeah.
as best I can.
The herd does stop and graze at some points, but does keep moving south. So, over time, at about 2 hours, you're able to finally catch up to them at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Maddie probably poofs by this point.
Oh, big time. Yeah, you're way out.
Okay, I'm gonna carry the cow.
I need-
So I'm about like
Hold on, Keatron. Did you land when you poofed?
Yes, I made sure that
Okay.
Maddie probably put herself in a tree.
There's no trees around here.
Oh, no trees? Okay, then
This-
she
this is
fucking
This is literally open grass.
open tall grass. Okay, then she just aimed for like the most cushiony, grassy, tall grassish spot of the plains and just kind of put herself there.
I mean, you can
So if
land
she
as an
did-
eagle on your feet.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that unsure when it'll happen, she has to make sure that if she poofs midair, it's not gonna hurt that bad.
Okay. With wild shape, you know how long you have.
Okay.
Just same thing like polymorph. You know when it's gonna be ending.
Okay. She's just making sure, though.
Okay. You're able to land safely. Eventually, Keatron, are you staying there for Keatron, or are you just staying ahead of him?
I'm just gonna keep an eye on the herd and slowly follow them, but also occasionally stop to wait for Keatron.
Okay. All right. So eventually, you two are by the herd. What are you doing now?
I'm gonna carry the calf as close as I can.
Are you trying to sneak?
I won't be trying to sneak at first. No. I'll get to about 50 feet, and if it hasn't noticed me, I will begin to try and sneak. If it's
Okay.
noticed me by 50 feet, then they've noticed me, and I'll not really be sneaky.
Yeah. Keatron, as you start walking forward, Maddie, are you doing anything?
Maddie's just gonna shadow him.
Okay. Are you trying to be sneaky?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a stealth.
With disadvantage because of hooves. Or because it's grass, do I not have that disadvantage? That's up to you.
You
'Cause
are.
Because I understand if it was wood or stone or tile, but we're on grass and dirt.
Yeah, I would say right now you do not have disadvantage being here.
Okay. Just want to make sure because of my hooves.
Yep. 12.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Yeah, as you both approach, Maddie, you weren't paying attention, and as you step down, suddenly your leg goes straight down a hole, and you kind of let out a little yip, little yelp, and
Like a almost like a fucking ferret.
basically, and as you pull your hoof out, you're kind of shaking it away, and as you turn up, both of you, that bull is looking right at both of you.
Well, Maddie's behind Keatron, so.
If it's looking at me, I'm gonna sort of not hoist up the calf, but like show I have it as best I can, and then I'm gonna put it down.
Oh dear God! All right. Are you releasing it from the rope that you had around its neck?
I am. I'm getting rid of that as well.
All right. I need a couple of things here.
Yeah, let's see if I can usher it towards the bull. Be like, there you go.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh jeez. All right. The bull is tense as all hell as it kind of starts like pawing at the ground and like kind of snorting and ripping, and this causes the calf to kind of tremble a little bit and kind of get close towards you again. As it's just
Does
like,
this bull look familiar? Is this the same bull?
oh yeah.
It's the same bull.
Mm-hmm.
Go on. I'll see if I can make an animal handling check to see if I can like usher it to go forward.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
You can
Whoa.
try.
21.
21. All right. Hold on. All right. The calf eventually just kind of sniffs the air and is like, "Mer, mer, mer," as it kind of starts walking forward. All right. Let's see for the
I'll start
fucking...
backing up.
Yeah, let's see for the fucking bull.
Maddie's gonna back up too because she doesn't want to get stepped on by Keatron.
Yes, and as the bull is snorting, it suddenly goes, "Moo, moo," and it kind of just starts making its way over, just in front of you
I'll back
guys.
up.
And yeah, and as you guys back up, you see. All right, hold on a minute. You see that the bull comes over and kind of nudges the calf back in towards the other female.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And,
Okay,
we'll
we're
start
going.
heading
He had a natural 20 on that insight check.
off.
Oh my god.
You are lucky they actually have a skill in insight.
Yeah. Okay, me and Keatron are booking it. We're gone.
Yeah, and immediately as the bull turns around to face you guys again, you're nowhere to be seen. You're just poof,
Yeah,
gone.
and I'm
Let's get
willing.
it. Where did it go?
As we're both like running off, I'm just gonna ask Keatron, are you willing?
Willing for what?
I can use my last shape, and I can turn back into a giant eagle, and I can try and carry us back.
Do you want me just to carry you back? I'm pretty sure I'm faster than your eagle.
I mean, I can fly 80 feet a second as a giant eagle. If I could double
so
that. You can?
Well, not 80, but I can definitely fly. He clicks his boots and he starts flying.
Yep.
Okay, then carry me. Maddie just raises her arms like uppies.
You don't have arms, you have hooves.
Hooves, whatever. Just pick me up,
Alright.
damn it.
And eventually, as you guys go away, you two have very good perception, so especially from the air. Boomy's cart's not that hard to miss, especially trundling down the road. And eventually, you all meet back up again for your third day of travel. But we will get to that next time in about 2 weeks, as we're going to end the session here.
Oh my fucking god! Boomy!
This entire session was about a cow. Besides, like,
Yeah.
killing me.
Hey, at least
I
I
accidentally
got...
killed a guy, and then I got my karma back by giving a calf its family back.
Yeah, I will say, hey, at least I got some use out of the giant eagle.
I'm
I
surprised.
mean, I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day.
Yeah, I was waiting, and this is just me, for Maddie to bring out the animals, speak to animals, but she never did.
I was waiting for it too, honestly.
Yeah.
My problem? I don't have it prepared.
You could, honey, every night you
could-
get to prepare new stuff. You could have
Yeah, I
prepared
could-
animal speak.
I could have prepared it, but I wasn't sure what was gonna happen. So I prepared other things that I thought would have been useful in case something else happened.
Fair enough. But Mal is about to pass out right now, so let's make this quick. Sour, where can we find you, honey?
Twitter at Edgar Nightmare, and for Affinity, not safe for work, at Ask Nightmare Edgar, and my Tumblr, of course, has been inactive again, and then I have a DeviantArt at Ask Nightmare Edgar again.
Fair enough.
So
Yep. Mallow, we will. You're just gonna pass out, so we'll find you in bed soon, right?
Yes, in bed and nowhere else.
Fair enough. Burnt, my friend, where can we find you, aka Kiatrin?
Hello, that's me. You can find me over on Twitter. Not safe for work, by the way, at @burnt_Sonic, or you can find me over on Twitch. I stream games every now and then. Probably gonna stream after today. Well, now anyway. And you can go find me at Burnt Sonic with no hyphen or underscore or anything. It's just one word, Burnt Sonic at twitch.tv/Burnt Sonic. You can also find me here on Goose, not Goose. Well, you can find me on
Quack.
Goose's channel and on Zorn.
Quack.
Quack.
Actually, a goose is more of a honk. Speaking of
Honk, yeah.
honking, Fen, where can we find you?
Ugh.
I was going more with the
Me.
sniffling that you do, but hey, there we go.
Hey, don't you make fun of my constant droning your long allergies. It's a constant it's suffering, okay?
I know the feeling. Don't worry, man.
Why
anyway.
do you not do that to me?
Because I can. Anyway, no, but seriously, where can we find you, dude?
Nowhere.
Fair enough. But
He is dead.
Yeah, I really need to get back on YouTube, I guess. Just do it.
just do it. Anyway, I've done that meme enough, and it is. Anyway, as for me, Zorn, the guy here, you can find me here at Zorn on the YouTubes, at Zorn32 on Twitter. For the most part, I'm pretty silent on a lot of things with the Twitter, but hey, it's because no one talks to me, so what am I supposed to do? But that's beside the point. So I just like to say thank you guys for watching, for sticking with us. I know we ran a little late tonight, but I felt it was worth it. Plus, I didn't see the cow coming, honestly. I just rolled for it, and I got a plains cow to eat, so hey, it worked out. But anyway, to make a long story boring, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting what we do, for watching, for liking, for subscribing, for any of that. We greatly appreciate it. And I'd just like to announce one more time, there will be no D&D next week because of my work schedule, because of this virus. So that will happen. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And I would just like to say thank you all for watching. And as always,